We are tonight's entertainment.
What the fuck is this, Jet?
This is a tasty burger.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
Is this your homework, Larry?
Why just spill your beans?
G'day there, boys.
Hey there, Darth Vader.
Building a Star Wars, mate.
You've been talking to the corpse now, have you?
Whenever I can't think of how to start the scoop,
You do the
Ben,
Ben Mendelsohn.
bust him out, all reliable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's always there for me.
I love it, dude. You need to master a good Larson.
Dude, no one can do Daniel Larson.
Dude, do you have one?
No.
You haven't been you don't have like a
Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Kill you! Kill you! That's my Daniel. Hang on. This message is for Quandale Dingle. Stop messaging me. Dude, it's too hard. His voice is too hard.
I can't hit those octaves, dude. He's too high up there.
Yeah. He kind of sounds like a human Squidward.
Yeah. Dude, the bomb that you sent to the group chat is.
I have been working on my Michael Caine.
Ooh.
One day, I'll reveal it.
Yeah, keep it until it's like absolute perfection, then blow people away.
Then I'll start the scoop like that.
Yeah.
I'll start it just Michael. Just right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're going to shit your pants when
You're going to be thinking you're listening, you're like, okay, the film scoop, but then you're going to be like, well, holy shit, this is a behind the scenes of The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
This is the Caine Chronicles.
The Caine Chronicles.
Yeah, but welcome back to the motherfucking Film Scoop. We're back.
Yep.
Film Scoop hasn't been here in a month. Because that was the motherfucking Spooky Scoop.
Yeah, two totally different things.
Two different entities.
Not even the same. Really, we were possessed by the Spooky Scoop.
We were
Every year we get possessed.
Spooky. But the Film Scoop's back, but not for long. Because only a month of the Film Scoop. Then the Jolly Scoop's back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a revolving door around here.
You never know what's coming, dude.
Yeah. Well, you actually know exactly what's coming. It's called a calendar.
Yeah. Unless you don't have one.
Unless you're Julian Day. Very niche reference there. Julian Day is the calendar man.
Oh,
From
shit. Oh.
Batman.
Yeah.
Comics.
But then he would know exactly what it was.
Yeah. A little too well.
All right, back to the film. back to movie stuff.
No, we're not going to call it that.
I had to shut that down.
We're not calling it that.
I did not like where that was going.
All right. Yeah, welcome back, Film Scoop. Fucking regular shit. Regular scheduled program.
Yep.
Got some news. A new Godzilla film is in the works with Takashi Yamazaki to direct, who made Godzilla Minus One. So
happy about that.
Hard as a Rock,
Yep.
Washington Monument, and my Pantalones.
Yeah. That's fucking...
And my down below region, Erect.
Dude, I could cut glass.
I could do push-ups with no hands right now.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't go down. I'd be up the whole time.
I mean, you don't know how to do it. I mean, there's a skill to it.
Oh, okay.
It's very nuanced.
Yeah.
You know, but it's possible.
It's possible.
You have to be at full torque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that excites me a lot.
It's really cool. I hope that he kind of continues to get wacky. Because at the end of Minus One, they kind of set up some potential other weird stuff that could happen.
I forgot to research, like, what the end means. Like, the final shot.
I didn't really think it had, like...
Because I figure since there's so much Godzilla lore that it means something that, like, hardcore Godzilla fans would know.
I thought he was setting up something new. Maybe I'm wrong, but, like, I'm on board with it. Whatever he fucking wants to do.
I don't know if it'll be a sequel. I mean,
You
It
think it'll
seems
just
like
be
a
kinda
lot of the Godzilla films are disconnected, and it's just kind of like a new take every time.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I'd be fine with either one, but I kind of want him to build on that world he set up.
But it's also like, if you've seen Godzilla Minus One, not the best place for a sequel unless there's a big time jump.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what he's doing, but I'll be there day one. He said he got a lot of offers after Minus One for like other movies, but he turned them all down because he wanted to do another Godzilla. So he's just the man.
Just highly efficient killer.
Yeah. And Ridley Scott said he's working on a new Alien film. Which doesn't mean it's getting made, just to be clear, but that excites me.
Like he's working on it as in like he's writing.
Yeah, he's working on, like, he's trying to make a new one.
Oh, okay.
But
I wonder what direction he's gonna go with it. Because I think
I hope it's it's the end of his trilogy.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like there's a lot of people that really liked the direction he was going with his like planned trilogy.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
this guy right here.
I'm right there with you. But then there's some people that like really hate it and like the Romulus, more traditional alien movies. So, and I mean, he really ends Covenant on a great note. So, I don't know. I think either way,
the setup's right there for the third movie. And
yeah,
like you said, like his prequels have such a fan base. So many people love Prometheus and Covenant, and I love them. I find them so interesting, and I want him to be able to finish what he started.
Yeah, Prometheus was a huge acquired taste, though. Mm-hmm. I hated it for so long. Well, not hate it, but like I didn't like it.
You're a dumb, stupid guy.
I didn't think you were a big fan of it either. I thought you kind of had to walk up with it.
I mean, when we watched it, like, recently, that was only my second time seeing it.
Oh, okay.
So,
but it did go up for you. Like I don't think you really.
I didn't even have like a rating for it because I watched it 5 years ago before I had Letterboxd, before I even rated movies. I didn't even know it was an alien movie when I watched it.
Oh dang!
You showed it to me. You said, "I want to show you this movie called Prometheus," and I was like, "All right." And then the end happened, and I was like, "Wait a minute." And you were like, "Yeah, it's an alien movie." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I wanted
nice.
it. I went in there not knowing it was an alien movie, which is dumb because like once you kind of see,
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
like
it's
if you
pretty
have
obvious
a brain, it's pretty obvious. But like obviously I didn't. So,
but like I didn't like pay attention to anything. I just like Prometheus sci-fi movie. I'm in.
Yeah,
because I just love sci-fi. And then I had the fucking rug pulled out from under me whenever I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that just want xenomorphs. They want that same alien type movie, and they're disappointed by it, but they're dumb idiots. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Grow up.
Give me more Fassbender kissing.
Yeah. Give me more engineers.
Give me more you blow and I finger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me more Black Goo. That's what I want.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I hope that gets made. I know really he's been talking a lot recently about like different things he wants to make, so the clock's ticking. If you know what I mean.
No, I got you.
So my preference would probably be another Alien over like a Gladiator 3. I mean, that could change if Gladiator 2 is like as good as I want it to be.
Yeah.
Could maybe I'd change my tune and want a third Gladiator, but I don't know. I just feel like there's so much to do in the alien world.
Yeah.
There's so much, and like he created it, so like I don't know. I just feel like Ridley has this like ownership of Alien that he doesn't have for Gladiator. When Ridley passes, I will be completely fine people making Gladiator movies, but him not making alien movies, it feels a little like, well, this isn't canon.
Yeah.
And like he was involved with Romulus as a producer, and other people are gonna direct Alien movies, and I get that, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like Alien is so much his thing, and he's created so much of the lore for Alien, whereas Gladiator is kind of like just history. Like,
Yeah,
obviously it's
that's what I was gonna
fabricated a little
say.
bit, but it's based in history.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I was initially gonna say, well, Alien's a totally made up world, and like Gladiator is too. Like, he's making up all these characters and writing these characters, but like it's still
Set in a certain time, in a
it's
certain
set
place.
under the constraints of like what we expect, and then Alien is completely out of the realm of possibility, in a completely new world that we don't have any idea of. So anything he sets in place is what it is.
Right. And I feel like the Alien franchise just has I said it a minute ago, but like there's so much more you can do there versus Gladiator is just like Rome.
Yeah.
It's just, Rome a long time ago. So, and I do think Gladiator is awesome, and I'm super excited for Gladiator 2, but I don't know. I just feel like it's really hard to think of a good concept for a Gladiator sequel, while it's probably really easy to think of one for Alien.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because there's so many
100%.
directions you can go. And I want that third prequel with Fassbender coming back. That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want for Christmas. Give me that. But that's it for the news. And also, sorry, I had to bite my nail. We did a Halloween special with Alan and Evan,
Yep.
and that was a lot of fun.
Shout out to the homies.
Shout out to the homies. They kind of bailed me out because, as I talked about on the episode, I was distracted with other things. Had a lot of shit going on. Playing Black Ops 6, reading comics, watching football, doing a lot of just hard at work.
Dude, you know what
So,
the crazy thing
I had
is?
my nose to the grindstone. Didn't watch a lot of movies. Didn't have anything to talk about, and I needed a bailout. I needed to get out of jail free card.
You had to phone a friend.
Yeah, and so I invited them on because I knew that when I didn't have a lot to say on my own, but once you get with the boys, you're just gonna start yammering
Yeah.
about
happens.
nonsense like Tubby Dog.
Yeah.
So
It was a very disjointed episode, but it was so
that's
much
what I was
fun.
hoping for, because I was
Yeah.
like, I hope we can fill up the runtime because
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have anything to talk about. So they helped me out there.
Yeah.
But now I've recharged. I got, truth be told, Spooky Scoop started at the beginning of October. Went hard in the paint on horror movies, and got burnt out. Me personally.
You got burnt out
I got burnt out
pretty soon.
Yeah, I got burnt out on watching horror movies. I just got to the point where I didn't want to watch them anymore, and I didn't really watch any movies for that matter. It was like I said, it was a combination of things. Black Ops 6 came out, and I haven't played Call of Duty in like 5 years, so I'm just in like a honeymoon phase right now with Call of Duty, and I find it a lot of fun.
I was I made fun of you last episode for being an amateur, but this week I fell into the same hypnotism.
Dude, every day I come home, Carl's playing zombies.
I got
Black Ops.
sucked in. I had a huge plan. I was like, this weekend I'm gonna like get all this dirt out of my yard. I'll set the pad for the trash cans, like get the yard ready. Like Saturday, and then Sunday I'll clean up the house. Saturday, Sunday dedicated to Call of Duty, dude. That was dedicated to the sticks. 100% didn't do. I like put like a couple of pavers down and went back inside and was like, I need a break for a second. And then it was like an hour on, 4 hours off.
That's a good. I like that.
That was
good
my
schedule.
ratio, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just finding it a lot of fun, and like all the boys have it, so I get on every night, play with them. It's just I'm having a lot of fun. Sue me, So Spooky Scoop's over, and I'm getting back on board with watching movies. I took like a break for a week. No, didn't watch like anything, but now I'm back. So I've got more to talk about. But Scoop of Life, Panthers won. Motherfucking Carolina Panthers won.
What?
I know. It must be a full moon. I don't know.
Set the stage for me. Like, what was the situation here?
We're playing our rivals, the Saints. Hate them. Hate their guts.
Yeah,
They can die in a fire. I don't care. And we were like big underdogs because the Saints are supposed to be good. But at the end of the day, we have the same record now, so maybe they're not that good. But they had their quarterback coming back, Derek Carr, who like isn't great, but he's a lot better than their backup. But anyways, yeah, we started Bryce. Like I think I talked about on the scoop, we benched Bryce.
Yeah,
our franchise quarterback, #1 overall pick. We benched him because he stunk. And then Andy Dalton came in. He played a couple games and then got in a car wreck. So now they put Bryce in like out of necessity because Andy Dalton got hurt. And now ever since we brought Bryce back in, he's been a lot better. He looks night and day different from like
he hit the books and it has been studied.
Yeah, it looks like the benching helped him a lot. Like however it worked out, I'm not sure, but like I mean, traditionally you want to give rookie quarterbacks, you want to give them time to sit behind a veteran. So you draft them, they don't start initially, they just learn, they sit back, they learn the speed of the NFL, and then eventually they go start. Like that's how it's supposed to be, but since Bryce was the #1 overall pick, you normally just like throw him in there.
Yeah.
So we're just doing it a little backwards. We threw him in, and then we're like, well, hold on, let's get you to sit and learn real quick. Yeah. So, anyways,
no, I do think 100%. Like you sitting on the sidelines and watching it unfold in real time. Like
dude, that's what I'd want.
Watching the decisions being made, the pacing of the game, like the scale of everything being, 8 times that of what like college ball is. Like all that stuff when you're sitting there right in front of it, it's completely different than just watching it on TV or like watching tape, I feel like.
Yeah, and I mean everyone in the NFL is better.
Yeah.
Like the best player when you're in college and you're playing against Georgia and you see, okay, that guy, that's their best player. I'm going to like make sure I know where he's at and like avoid him.
Yeah.
Everyone in the NFL is that guy. Yeah. Everyone in the NFL was the best player pretty much on their college team. So like it's difficult. But anyways, yeah, Bryce looked pretty damn good.
Hell yeah.
And we got a win, inched it out. And fuck the Saints. They suck ass. We suck ass, but so do they. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah.
So, really happy about that. Some people, when your record's bad, some fans want to lose so you can get a higher draft pick. Fuck that noise. That's horseshit.
Yeah.
Maybe last week of the season. You're playing the last game and you're like, okay, we're already mathematically eliminated and we're this close to having like a top pick. Maybe last week. This is week 9.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, I'm not losing on purpose. And the players, like tanking's not a real thing. I don't think. I'm going on a tangent here.
No, you're
on
fine.
A film podcast, but I don't think tanking's real. I don't think actual NFL, any sports for that matter, I don't think any professional sports team is going to tank. I think that's a thing that fans conjure up.
Isn't it like money-wise, like aren't you more incentivized to win than you are to lose?
But like
I get on the back end you get a higher pick, but like as far as just being a team that like going to the Super Bowl and all that, like,
well, the thing is,
you make a lot more money.
Right, but the thing is, if there's some big prospect in the next class, like if you're awful, like the Panthers, if we're 2-14 and it's the last week of the season, winning that last game doesn't really. One win doesn't earn you money. Like you don't.
No, I
win
get
money
what
from,
you're saying. Yeah, I'm
you
talking
don't
about
earn money from winning or losing. You earn money from your team being good. Mm-hmm. So like one win doesn't make your team good, but win after win makes your team good. So the theory is if you go get like a top quarterback in the next class, or you get someone who can change your team and make you really good, then you'll start winning consistently and make you a good team, which the better you are, the more you can charge for tickets, the more primetime games you get, like, it's all a domino effect. So the better you are, the more money you make. So people want to get a player that can make them a good team. But if a coach goes out there and says, yeah, guys, we're tanking, don't try to win, that's... Oh, shit. Press, don't use or whatever on the bottom. Make sure that's still recording. Okay. It's been doing that weird shit recently.
I know.
Yeah, tanking's not real. Like, coaches and players are trying, like, the hardest they can to win games. It's their job.
Yeah.
Like, whether they're 0-16 or 16-0, they get paid. Also, players get paid by how good they do.
Yeah.
Whether the team's good or not doesn't change anything. They're going to get paid based on what they do. Players are going to play as hard as they can, and you should always want to win. That's the moral here. You should always want to win because it's never a bad thing. It gives your team confidence. It gives you more chemistry. It makes the team believe that they can actually win games more.
Yeah.
And then they'll play harder next week because now they know they can win. So, anyways, happy that the Panthers won. Sorry for that, non-sports fans, but it happens.
You gotta vent your celebration to the people, dude.
Yeah. Got my trivia.
All right.
What's the name of John Wick's dog?
Oh shit! Thought he just called it dog.
He didn't call it dog. You're wrong. When he gets it, there's a name on its tag.
Daisy.
Yep.
Dude, I pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah, that was weird. How'd you go? You went from dog to like the name.
Well, because he would talk to it really weird. He'd be like, "You need to go," and then he would go let the dog. He never once says.
Do you remember what he fed it?
He fed it cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you some kibble in the morning.
Yeah, dude, they'd say shit like that, like a fucking psycho.
Apparently in the script it was Moose, but for some reason it changed to Daisy.
I mean,
Daisy makes more sense.
That would have thrown off the entire kilter of the movie, dude.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been
Wouldn't
properly
even have made
propagated.
sense anymore if it was Moose. My next question, very specific. Where did Ryan meet Madison in Game Night?
Oh, shit. Is it a dating site?
No.
From work?
No.
God, I remember him saying, you're like the total package. You're hot and British or something like that.
That's not Madison.
That's not Madison?
Bro doesn't know Game Night.
I forgot that lady's name then.
She's irrelevant.
Doesn't he meet this, like, it's like the same girl, but all from the same place? I don't know.
Madison is the really stupid one.
Oh, okay.
And
the first one he brings over.
Yeah, Jason Bateman shit talks her because she's like, oh, well, Mark Wahlberg would never do something that low.
Yeah.
And he's like, is that right, Madison?
yeah.
No, she's a really stupid one. And she said something dumb again. And then Jason Bateman goes, where'd you meet her, Ryan? The library? And he goes, no, Chipotle.
The library.
Completely oblivious to the fact that he's making fun of her.
No, Chipotle.
He says awesome. It's so like earnest. Like he's so unaware of what's happening.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Love it. Great question, dude.
Thanks. Last one. What's the name of the pilot Rick Dalton is filming in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
The pilot?
Yeah.
For the Western?
Yeah.
God dang. That's another great one. I don't know. Dude,
I found these questions so quick.
Really?
Like, normally it's hard for me to think of trivia. But I pulled up, like, a list of movies, and I saw John Wick, and I was like, bam. And I saw Game Night, and I was like, bam. And I saw this, and I was like, bam. Just got it done Within 2 minutes,
Just
I was done with trivia.
The clean spread on it.
You don't know?
I don't think so. I thought it was like based on a real TV show.
I ain't gonna hurt her. I just wanted to play the fiddle.
Now you tell her to come down here and play her chili pepper heart out. Yeah, I don't know.
Lancer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. Great question.
Bro doesn't know his Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't, dude. I don't.
Do you know the brand of dog food that Cliff uses? It's made up.
Yeah, I remember it not being real, I think. Nah, I don't think I know. It's like, I think it has a really cool name, like Fang or something. I might be completely off.
Wolf's Tooth.
Wolf's Tooth. Yeah, something I know.
Do you remember what Cliff makes for dinner?
For himself?
Yeah.
Something fucking disgusting.
That scene sticks with, like, I think about that scene a lot for some reason.
I think it's oatmeal.
No.
He pours like milk into something. No, it's not milk.
I mean, that's not what he makes.
Oh, is it a can of something?
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
The can is the dog food.
I mean, yeah, I thought he made like, he grabs 2 cans. He always does 2 cans of dog food.
You're thinking about the cereal.
He makes cereal for himself?
Oh, wait, no. Think about John Wick.
I could have swore he made oatmeal, dude. He makes something in a bowl, like stirs it with his finger, and then puts it in the microwave.
Maybe he did that for the dog food. I don't know. No, he made mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
In the pot and ate it out of the pot.
Yeah. What a man, dude.
Yeah.
That's man shit.
Yeah. What do you got?
All right. I've got a pretty easy one, but I'll throw in another one as like a little bonus because it was easy.
Hell yeah.
Guess the movie by the quote.
Okay.
He's out and you're out too. And I don't think I'm in either. No gang.
Bottle Rocket.
I was watching clips from Bottle Rocket. It's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
All right. I can throw another quote in from another movie. You can try and guess. Okay. You're such a fuck ass.
Donnie Darko.
Hell yeah, dude.
Did you just call me a fuck ass? I like your boobs.
Dude, that's the best quote of all time. I like your boobs. Oh, God. All right. What year was the movie Click released?
2005.
No.
2006.
Yep. All right, last one. This is on par with yours, I think.
Okay.
You'll probably get it, though, because you're weird.
Okay.
What is the name of the company that Max wants to start in Collateral?
It's like, Island Limousines.
Holy shit, dude. It's Island Limos. Yeah. That's crazy. I did not think you were going to get that.
It's just such a stupid name.
Yeah, he mentions it once.
He, keeps looking at the picture of the island, and it's like, you couldn't think of anything more, creative than, island limos.
Yeah, he really likes driving people, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever, man. I-Chang, shit happens. We got to roll with it.
Yeah, dude.
You know a question? I probably shouldn't say it because I could use it on another episode, but I almost asked you what the name of the company in Inception is that they're trying to take down.
Wait. Sato's company?
No.
Or Sator? Not Sator.
His
That's
competition.
The competition?
Yeah. Cillian Murphy's dad's company.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have known that. That's a good question, though.
Fisher Morrow.
Fisher Morrow?
Yeah.
I got you.
Do you know what the company is?
Isn't it like a medical company?
Mm-mm.
No?
It's an energy company.
Oh.
Energy conglomerate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had another question I was gonna do. It was a quote, guess the movie by the quote, and it was from Collateral. But it was when Tom Cruise goes, 2 billion people in the world and you're worried about some fat guy?
I didn't kill him. The bullets in the fall killed him.
You ever hear of Rwanda?
Yo, homie. All right. That's it for your trivia?
Yeah.
All right, I got my real reveal pulled up. By the way, PSA. There's a couple categories on here that we never guess that I think we should remove to save us time on preparing them.
That would be good.
Can you guess what they are?
Well, for me, it's my letterbox score.
No.
No, I think Oscar nominations.
Never
guess.
going to guess that.
Last date watched.
You do that?
No, I'm saying that's what we don't guess.
But you prepare that?
If you have it logged, yeah.
I don't prepare that.
Oh, yeah. I write down everything if it's applicable.
Like, that's not even on my list of, like, things to do.
Yeah, on one of mine, you have a log date, and I wrote it down.
Yeah, I want to get rid of Oscar noms and duration.
I'm so glad, because I actually converted to, like, an hour and, like, so many minutes instead of just saying, like, 120 minutes.
Yeah, I do the same thing, and I have to do math, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But everything else, I feel like, is worthy. I think we need to make writer cheaper, because writer right now is the same price as director. And you can luck out and get it.
I have writers at 10 points.
Oh, I have it at 25.
No fucking way. That's wrong. You fucked up, dude.
Well, 10 seems low, too. 10's the same as the cinematographer. Writer should be more than cinematographer.
I've got 25, 25, director, lead actor, 20 for second, 15 for third, 12 release, and 10 writers is what I got.
10 is too low.
You want to change it to 15?
15 for writer. Because I would never guess writer over director if it's the same price.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't know you had it at 25.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take off Last Date Watched and Oscar nominations. I feel like box office
No,
it can be
not
helpful.
Last Date Watched. Duration.
Duration? I thought you said you didn't do Last Date Watched.
I mean, I don't have it on mine because it's not on mine. Like, it's just not something... Like, I don't know how you even thought to do that because I sent you the list to use.
Yeah. And Last Date Watched was on there. Was a category on there.
It's not on mine.
Well, then why are you worried about me deleting it?
I mean, you can delete it. Like, I think it's a good category, but I haven't been doing it.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to do it either then.
All right.
That's the first one in a while I've actually had something to do.
All right. You can go ahead and guess for your first one.
All right, let me look at here. Tough stuff. Let me get year and genre.
2010 mystery war drama.
Mystery war drama. War is interesting, man. The mystery part.
So much. It's so nice not being the spooky scoop anymore.
Well, it helped me out a lot because I didn't have to pick genre. I could just do number of words in year and try and fly.
Yeah, it's just like we're running out of movies to pick, running out of letterbox reviews. Like,
yeah, it was really hard to pick a specifically a horror movie. So you already had that.
Yeah,
and then a year,
and no one's in horror movies. No one of note.
And then like a year that would blend in with your blind spot, which is the early 2000s for some reasons. Yeah. Mystery war thriller.
Drama.
Mystery war drama. 2010. What would be a fucking mystery?
Mystery. We saw. While you think, gang, what's the best epic rap battles of history?
Dude. You don't gotta...
I may or may not have been listening to them recently. Taking a stroll down old memory lane. And I can't help but think that Stephen King versus Edgar Allan Poe is the best one. When you have a refined palate like me,
Dude, first of all, you're distracting me. This is crazy that you're talking about this. This is insane. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. This is fucking crazy that you're doing this right
But if
now.
you can't give me Stephen King versus Edgar Allan Poe, I think I would probably have to go Bill Gates versus Stephen Hawking.
I don't think I like the Bill Gates one.
Sorry, Bill Gates versus Steve Jobs, not Stephen Hawking. I fucked up. That one's good.
I think I'd put Adolf versus Darth Vader above that.
I didn't ever listen to that one. What you need to understand, Carl, is I watched ERB as we call it.
That's Street Jive.
Yeah,
Keep
Street
up.
Jive, yeah. I watched that when I was a youngster, and when I was a youngster, I didn't know who Darth Vader was because I didn't watch film. I didn't watch movies, so I only watched. Anytime I saw one with a name I didn't recognize, I'd skipped it.
But you knew who Adolf Hitler was.
Probably not. I was dumb. I was a dumb kid.
Now you've modeled your life after.
Yeah, so there was one like with the Halo guy against someone,
That's
and I didn't watch it. I was like, I don't know who that is. So I only watched the ones that I knew.
the Halo guys is disappointing. All right,
It's Master Chief.
Give me number of words in the title before you keep going off on this thread.
Wow, cutting off my tangent. 1.
Mystery War from 2010.
I also really like Rick Grimes versus Walter White. That's a good one.
I'll run you over in my Aztec.
CTA. If you ever try to stop Heisenberg getting paid.
Oh, God.
You look up to me like I'm a pizza on the roof. That's fucking
That
hard.
was fire. That was fire, dude.
Yeah.
I take it back. That was really cool. It was really cool what you're talking about. I feel like Hacksaw Ridge was like 2012, but then I don't know what the mystery would be on that.
You're not really good at using all the clues you have.
Mystery War Drama 2010. One word.
Hacksaw Ridge
Oh.
is 2 words.
Yeah.
My man.
That helped.
My main man.
That helps a lot.
That doesn't help anything. It's not related to the movie.
No, it narrowed down. It got rid of Hacksaw Ridge for me.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my reference.
Oh, no.
My Night Before reference.
Yeah.
This is
Damn.
the present.
Only on Christmas, kid.
We make too many niche references that like people probably don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I don't think I fucking know this. Oh, wait. Hang on. I might be onto something.
Bomb you! Bomb you!
There's a movie that I thought of, but I don't know the year, and it kind of fits the categories. Maybe less on the war side. How war is this movie, if that's not too much of a hint?
It's not Saving Private Ryan war, but it's war. It's a war, definitely war film.
Definitely a war film.
Yeah, like it's not like Tropic Thunder War.
yeah, no, but like for sure a war film. I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess Incendy, but I don't remember what year that was. Because like there's a war going on, but like you're not actively in the war. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
I'm also a dumbass, so I don't remember what year. Sicario came out, but that's not really a war either.
Oh, that would count as war, I think.
No, that's like a cartel attack. That's not like a war.
Let me see. Yeah, it says action crime thriller. If someone said that was a war movie, I wouldn't
You wouldn't
disagree
bat an
with
eye?
them.
Action crime thriller. Fuck, I wish I was better with years. Give me actor.
Like first build.
Yeah.
Lubna Azabal.
Is it Incendies?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. That's pretty good that like that came to mind though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was onto it and then I was like, I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Ansandi.
Ansandi?
Ansandi.
Ansandi?
You're pronouncing it differently. You're using a different pronunciation a little bit, but yeah.
So it's like an O instead of an I.
It's like 3 different syllables.
Ansandi.
You're saying Ansandi, and I'm saying Ansandi.
Ansandi.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep. But that's the film.
Hell yeah. That sucks. I should have ripped the Band-Aid and just guessed on Sandy.
Yep. 36 is my count for your points.
Not bad. I've done a lot worse.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, pal.
Release year.
97.
My score.
Your score? 3.
Ew. 97, 97, 97. The fuck did I watch from 97 that's a 3-star? I feel like I only watch 90s movies when they're, like, good. Like, when people say they're really good.
I don't know, dude. I'm just getting baha'd up over here.
97.
Once you get into the 30s, I might help you out. Maybe.
Once you get into the 30s.
Yeah. But you have to suck me and give me Fent. Bring me your hottest chick
Only
to
after
suck
you
me.
suck me.
Bring me your hottest chick to suck me and put Fent in my rump.
1997.
97 Threeberg.
3-burger. Let me look at the categories.
Go ahead and get a taste, dude.
So what have I spent?
19.
Give me Jean.
Genre action, thriller, crime. That puts you at 26. Wait, no. Not 26 at all. Yeah, 26.
Action, crime.
Action, thriller, crime.
My first reaction to that was LA Confidential. But I think I have that higher than a 3. But maybe not. I think that's a 3.5. I think that's a 3.5 right there, my friend. I'm at 26.
26, yep.
You got 36.
You got 10 points, pal.
So I could use 10 and still tie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What can you get for 10?
Words in the title.
You're asking for that? Mm-hmm. 2. That puts you at 30 even.
You son of a bitch.
I didn't think this would be hard. I thought you would nail it.
It's a 3. I give you a damn 4.5. I don't want to hold up the scoopers for too long. I'm gonna. Oh. I think I have it.
Make sure there's not a fucking mirror behind me in case you fucking ace
I
this,
have
dude.
it. You said 1997, 2 words, 3-star.
3-star.
The game.
No.
It's not the game.
It's not the game.
You're fucking with me.
I'm being dead serious. It's not the game. That puts you at 35.
What the fuck? That fits all 3 categories.
It's not the game, dude. Am I about to piece you up, guy? You gonna let me do this to you? In front of your friends?
I think you might. Dude. Action. Come on.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if I've seen the game.
Come to... Well, you're gay. Come to
Sweet.
Papa.
That's awesome.
I need to know this. Action.
What, did you have a brain blast just saying the word action?
The Rock.
It's not The Rock.
Dude, that's... Oh, I think I get that higher than a 3.
I thought you really liked The Rock, dude.
Fuck, dude. Okay, I already lost.
The crazy part is you were like kind of onto something guessing The Rock. You want to know what it is? Or do you want to keep guessing?
I already lost, right?
Yeah. It puts you at 40. Pretty rookie
No,
number.
I'm not gay, so I don't give up. Give me the director.
Yikes. Simon West.
Give me the first build actor.
Nick Cage.
The fuck?
Whoa, dude.
Con Air.
Yep.
Damn.
Con Air.
Did Con Air and The Rock come out in the same year?
I guess so. It says 97.
No way. Oh, Michael Bay didn't do Con Air.
You thought he did Con Air?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh no, The Rock was 96. Okay, so yeah, I'm just stupid as hell.
No, you're good,
All right.
dude.
Well, I'm glad that one's finally over. I hate taking long on those.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right.
I think you'll get the next one I picked. You should be able to clear pretty fast.
All right. You can go ahead and guess.
All right. Give me genre and year.
Action, sci-fi, adventure. 1983.
Journey to Witch Mountain. Is that the name of that horrible movie?
Yeah.
It's not that, but
Yeah.
1987, you said?
1984.
1984. Action sci-fi adventure? '80s. Give me number of words.
3. Oh wait. That's not true.
Okay.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Ooh. Big time 80s. Do I have a letterbox score for it?
Sure do.
How many points is that to use?
5. That would put you at 23? No. You're already at 23. That would put you at 28.
Is it Back to the Future?
No, sir.
Damn. Action sci-fi adventure from the 80s. Give me my letterbox score.
4.5.
God, I love this movie then. That makes it even worse. If I fold.
You're at 33. Yeesh. Just saying.
Oh, good grief, son. A forward 80s sci-fi movie. Dude, I like having brain fog right now for this thing.
Good. Go fuck yourself.
Nothing I think of is 4 words.
Try using your brain.
Fuck. Dude, I'm so bad with movie years. The next thing that came to mind was Last Action Hero. But I feel like that's not... I mean, that's action adventure. I feel like it's comedy more than it would be other stuff. Plus, I don't know if I have Last Action Hero that high.
You're doing it again.
Is it The Last Action Hero?
No.
I'm not using my clues?
Yeah.
The Last Action Hero.
There's no the.
There's no the? Oh, shit. Well, that helps. Thank you for the assist on that one. I don't think I know this. Give me the actor. The top brass.
Mark Hamill.
Oh my god, it's fucking Star Wars. It's not A New Hope. Is it Empire Strikes Back?
Nope.
Good grief, which fucking stars? Are you including Star Wars, the title?
No. It's not in the title.
It's not A New Hope. Return of the Jedi. Hell yeah.
63 points.
There you go. That's how it's done, dude. When you come to play with the big dogs, you're gonna see some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Man.
That was a good one. I never think like Star Wars. I didn't even realize I had it rated that high.
I always forget to do sequels.
Yeah, I do too.
Like when you pulled out like Scream 3 on me the other day.
Yeah, for the year.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever done anything that was like 2000 on the dot, so I was just trying to like switch it up.
Yep.
All right.
But I'm going to go with a new strategy now.
Let's see you
New
let's see
strategy.
you beat that loser.
New strategy.
New strategy.
Let's go director.
Oh shit. Mark Steven Johnson.
That's what I get.
No, dude. That would have been great if I had done I wouldn't have helped you out on either of these, but
Mark Steven Johnson. All right.
I feel like if you had gone with your normal strategy, you would have cleared this thing pretty fast.
Release year.
2003.
My score.
2-star.
Ooh. 2003 2-star. What's the director?
Mark Steven Johnson.
Wrong Turn.
No.
What am I at?
52.
Holy shit.
You really ran the
Director fucked me, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were going to switch things up. I thought you were going to stick to the tried and true.
Good grief.
That was crazy to pull that out.
2-star. You keep giving me movies I hate.
No, dude. I think
No? I gave it a 2.
yeah, but I think that upon revisiting this, you enjoy it more because you've seen it a couple times now. I feel like you just rated it a 2 and then like left it there for a while, and forgot about it. But I feel like you've revisited this before and like you've been like, I don't know. I don't like it, but I feel like you kind of softened up on it. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like you did a little bit.
It doesn't sound like I did.
I don't know.
I bet I'd fucking 2. Good grief. What's words in the title?
1. I feel like that's kind of like misleading though.
2003.
2003. When you think of this movie, it's like in your head it would be 2 words, but it's 1.
Something came to mind.
Okay.
I think it's wrong, though. I think what I'm thinking of is wrong. I guess I have to throw it out because it's like the only one I can think of. Is it Daredevil?
It's Daredevil.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah, dude.
I would not think of that as 2 words ever.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
Oh, I think of it as like, because like, I was going to do Spider-Man at one point, which you would have nailed because you would have had the fucking director in the year. But I was like, it's hyphenated, so I was like, what category do I put that in?
1.
One word?
1 word.
I don't know. When I think of Daredevil, I think of like, I'm saying dare and then devil.
It's, I think that's kind of dumb.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't.
Well, it helped you fucking solve it, so.
Yeah, because my pal gave me a hint.
Yeah, but if you never, if that doesn't make any sense and is really dumb, you wouldn't have put it together, would you? How about that?
That wasn't what helped.
Carry on. Carry on. The scoopers know the truth.
What actually helped me was you saying that, like, I have it at a 2, but you think I like it more than that, and that you don't like. When you said I don't like it, but you do, I started thinking about, like, comic book movies, because those are the movies that you are the most passionate about, it seems, most of the time.
I would agree with that.
So,
and was I right?
Like, you're very opinionated on comic book movies, whereas other things you're just like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Was I right though? You kind of softened up on Daredevil a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun.
Yeah,
2 is probably too low. I would agree.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of charm and it's a lot of fun. I could watch it right now and have a great time.
That's Mark Steven Johnson for you.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get when you have him at the helm.
Yeah. All right. That's it for real review.
Yep.
I forgot. Oh, I did tell you just one Letterboxd review. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, normally we do 3 Letterboxd reviews, but they're just a little hard to find. It's hard to find ones that we haven't used that are funny. So
I think it was the Spooky Scoop, like boxing ourselves in just the horror movie reviews.
yeah.
I feel like being able to access anything is going to be okay. And then we'll be back in a box again in another month when we do the Jolly Scoop.
Yeah. I just think with like the trivia and the real review, I think one Letterboxd review is fine.
Yeah.
So it's also like it takes a lot of time to find them it takes like 10 seconds to read it out.
Yeah.
So whereas real review is like, yeah, it takes a while to set up, but it also
the payoff is there.
Yeah, there's a long, section of doing it.
Yeah.
But my Letterboxd review is by Patrick Willems.
Oh,
not Williams. Willems. 4.5. Sometimes you just gotta ruin your own life to own the other guy so hard.
Is it Old Boy?
No.
Oh, to own the other guy so hard. I Saw the Devil.
No, I thought you'd get this pretty quickly.
I don't think I know.
The Prestige.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you have to ruin your own life to own the other guy so hard.
How could he not know?
That's so good, dude. Oh, God. That was a good one. All right. My Letterboxd review is from Alistair Ryder. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
Yep.
Gave it a 1.5. The review is The Shittle Things.
The Little Things.
Yeah.
That's poetic.
Yeah, I love that one, dude.
Yeah.
Another one, someone said, this is just, what's that guy's name? The weirdo in that movie.
Rami Malek?
No.
Jared Leto?
Yeah, Jared. Someone said this is just Jared Leto being Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yep.
All right. Next up is The Old Watcherino. And like I said, got back on track this week. Watched a couple films. Went to the theaters 3 times.
Hell yeah.
My pal Carl accompanied me 0 times.
Dude, I was stuck in the zombies loop, dude.
Yeah, you kept making excuses that, like, you would say, oh, no, I can't do it because I got to do this, and then you didn't do that thing.
Yeah. I was fully intent on doing what I said I was going to do, and then the sticks got their paws on me, dude. I don't know what happened. And now I'm fucked. Because I was going to get the yard ready, get the house ready. Sticks got a hold of me. I was like, I'll have to cram it in, like, throughout the week. And now your mom called me to go fix her fucking water spigot, so I have to do that after work tomorrow.
Here's my advice, right? Like Drake and Josh said, you gotta harmonize it. No.
Well, dude, plumbers are so expensive. I hate that she would, like, Because it's an easy thing to do. So I would hate, like, when me and Logan had a plumber come out to fix a gas line, they charge us like $90 an hour. And I would hate for your mom to do that for something that's like super easy. But
Well, she does have a boyfriend.
well, he can't do it.
That's another topic.
He can't do it. He's picking up sticks from his yard.
All right. Moving on.
I gotta stop talking shit. Your mom told Logan that I made her mad with how much crap I talk about him.
I mean, you get what you fucking deserve. I mean,
Not the Joker, dude.
you make your bed, you gotta lay.
The crazy part is I've never said anything to her directly.
We don't need to get into this right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not the time. Anyways, I watched 4 movies this week.
Get into it.
3 of them in theaters. First up, Godzilla Minus One.
Hell yeah.
I convinced my real life friend, who is a smooth brain.
He's a waterhead, dude.
He does not watch anything out of his comfort zone. He doesn't watch anything foreign. He won't watch anything with subtitles. He won't watch Into the Spider-Verse because it's a cartoon.
But he'll watch other animated movies.
Yeah, I said,
he'll watch, like,
so you don't like Toy Story? And he was like, well, that's an animated movie. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're both animated. Why is this one a cartoon? They're both fucking animated.
Bro, it's Pixar.
So yeah, he's very close-minded about things, and I told him, listen, you gotta trust me.
Yeah.
I'm your pal. Gotta trust me on this one. Best Godzilla movie ever made. Just go see it.
Yeah.
And so I convinced him, and he went and saw it, and he said it was fucking amazing. What do you know? You listen to me, good shit happens.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy.
Dude, Cash is always on the yellow brick road, dude.
Yep.
Unless you're heading to the bathroom, then it's not a good road. But most of the time, the direction you give,
Yeah.
gonna lead you to Oz, dude.
Yep.
You're gonna find him.
Yeah, so I watched Godzilla Minus One when it came out like a year ago, and I gave it a 4, and I thought it was awesome. And I had it in my rankings for the year at like number 14. And walking out this time, I moved it up from number 14 of the year to number 5.
Holy shit.
And I moved it to a 5-star.
Hell yeah.
I was blown away by how incredible this movie is.
Do you think, did you go in, so the first time we went into it, we didn't know what the budget was, right?
No.
Do you think that like kind of put it into perspective on the second watch, like knowing how small the budget was and like how efficient they had to be when creating this thing?
Well, it's something that is cool, like, to think about once you finish the movie, but it's not something I think about when I'm watching it.
Okay.
So, like, me giving it a 5, that's even more impressive, is that I gave it a 5, like, without the budget being taken into account.
Okay.
So, that, because...
That's what
I mean, sometimes I'm nicer on movies when they have a low budget, because you know, you want them to succeed and you're rooting for it, but, like, this isn't... It's not a sympathy 5. It's
I'm softer on like B-level movies. Like if it's just like very clearly low budget production, like guys just trying to like put something together. Like this is a legitimate blockbuster movie that they have just done so effectively.
Yeah.
And like cut as many corners as they could to condense down the product to just be cheaper than anything else, but also like not have to sacrifice the quality of the movie.
Yeah, with this re-release, when the movie started, it starts with like a 10-minute like behind the scenes documentary on how they made it and like going into the visual effects of it. And it's crazy how much of it was effects, because obviously, like, there's certain things like Godzilla and buildings getting destroyed that are
they didn't go
CGI,
buy a Godzilla,
but things that are in like a David Fincher type way, like things that are normal that you could just go film, they had to do CGI for, because I guess sometimes it's more expensive to like there's a big boat in Godzilla Minus One, like a warship, and they don't have a warship, and I guess they couldn't get access to one. Maybe it's too expensive or whatever the reason is. So they built like a wall, like they built a wall that looks like the side of a ship, and just had people stand in front of that one wall for like the whole movie, anytime they were on a ship or next to a ship, and then like created the rest of the boat through the computer. And it never looks like that at all. It never looks bad. It always looks like they're just at a dock with a boat.
Yeah.
So obviously all the practical effects, all the computer generated effects look incredible. That's why it won the Oscar for it. That goes without saying, but I think it's a perfect movie. I think it's I typed out a pretty lengthy letterbox review, giving my thoughts on Godzilla Minus One, and I think it's the blueprint for how to make a blockbuster movie. I think it's perfect in every way. I think Godzilla, just to start off, is done incredibly well. It's one of the scariest versions of Godzilla. That's partly because of the direction. The direction's incredible. And he, for the first time that I've seen in a Godzilla movie, utilizes POV shots to establish scale.
Yeah.
And like the first scene when they're on Odo Island and the camera is under Godzilla from a human's view from the island, like looking up at Godzilla. And there might be like occasions in the American movies where they'll do that, but not often. And it's such a great way of making you feel in danger and feeling what the characters are going through by having a POV shot looking up at Godzilla. And so yeah, it's the scariest. I love the design. It's computer generated, but it has this like old school animatronic look. The way it moves, it kind of feels like the Man in the Suit type of Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
And I love his his face design. He has like this grin on his face the whole time while he's destroying people. Yeah. And it's like he's enjoying it. Like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking psycho, like swimming up to the island and stuff.
Got a devilish grin the whole time.
Yeah, I love everything about the Godzilla design. And it's like subtle stuff that they changed in Minus One that like, why has no one else ever done this? Like the reworking basically of his atomic breath, of like how the effects that it has on stuff. And then his look, this return to form of like the people are the protagonists and this is a big monster. And I feel like the swap from like Godzilla being this evil big monster to this like protector of the world, like it was cool when they made that switch, but we kept that for like ever after they made that change. I guess just because he became such an iconic character in like pop culture that you don't want to like demonize him again, but like it works so much better. And then being able to set the scale of like the people are kind of the focus and they're the ones that are threatened, I think is what built that scale up higher, versus like in the American ones, Godzilla shows up to fight something that's also giant, and then the military is always involved and they have giant aircrafts and equipment and stuff. Like in Minus One, he picks up a fucking subway train and like takes a bite out of it, and you realize like this is a fucking train he's holding in his hand, like a toy. Like I love that shit. Yeah,
I think the things that the American movies get wrong is like there's a ton of kaiju in like the Godzilla lore, and a lot of things that people are excited, like fans are excited to see, but it really just doesn't work that well. to have a movie where Godzilla fights another big monster. It is much more compelling when it's Godzilla is the threat.
Yeah.
And the humans are trying, because the humans are such, like, they have no real chance of defeating Godzilla. Like, he's such a force. He's so huge. You can't shoot him. You can't really harm him in any way. And it just feels like such a monumental struggle to, like, have to defend yourself against Godzilla.
Yeah.
And there's so many things I think the movie gets right, but the heart of the movie is the characters. And it is, like, by far the best story and characters of any Godzilla film. And I haven't seen the Japanese ones, like the old school ones. So maybe there's some of those that have good stories. I'm not sure. But going off what I've seen, it's not even a discussion. The American movies have awful stories, like all of them. The characters are bad. And you're just going to see Godzilla or you're going to see Kong. And they have good visual effects. And that's it. That's all those movies have is good visual effects. With this, like, I just find this main character, I'm going to pull up his name because it's hard to remember names in foreign films.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Koichi is his name.
Yeah.
And he's a kamikaze pilot in World War II that abandons his mission. And he gets scared and doesn't want to do his job. He doesn't want to kamikaze himself. And it leads, like, when he's on Odo Island at the beginning, his hesitation and his fear gets a lot of people killed. Because in reality, I don't think it did. Because I don't think that gun would have done anything to Godzilla. They're like, oh, it's a 20 millimeter gun. Like, it can kill anything.
Yeah.
I think even if he fired it, it wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
The outcome would have been the same, except he would have died too because he would have made Godzilla mad.
Yeah. It's the perception of what it is.
But yeah, but he feels like he got all these people killed. And I feel like it's just such a great, like, story about war and the effects of it and the effects it has on people, because he was a soldier and he has all these, like, I guess regrets is kind of the word, but he feels like a coward and he feels like he got so many people killed. And that's how soldiers feel. Like, even soldiers that do their job and, like, kill people because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much guilt that these people deal with, because even though they killed people who were on the other side and, like, were, you know, that's what they were supposed to do, like, you still killed people and it still doesn't feel right. And a lot of these people go home and, like, they don't feel like they deserve a happy life and a family because they've done these awful things. And that's what happens in this movie with Koichi. And he like stumbles into this life, like, on accident. He's in the street and this lady just hands him a baby and runs away. And he's like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then he finds her and, like, she just kind of starts staying with him because she needs somewhere to stay. And it's sort of this just, like, weird off-kilter dynamic that they have where, like, he's not really, like, romantically involved with this woman and they're just kind of like friends.
Yeah, they're like brother and sister almost.
Sort of, yeah. And it's just such great character work. He has these nightmares and and this woman obviously, like, loves him and wants to marry him, and all his friends know that. Like, his friends he works with goes to his house and, like, you know, talks to him about it, and they're like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, this is a great woman.
She wants to marry you. And he keeps saying that his war isn't over and that basically he doesn't feel like he deserves it. And
yeah, or like he's gonna bring bad stuff with him because he still, like, has this inner turmoil of not feeling like he did his duty for his nation, and like he's haunted by the past. Like he doesn't want to move forward with these things that are still bringing him down, and in turn will bring her down almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a lot of what the movie is about, is him like overcoming this trauma and overcoming his past. And there's also a lot of commentary with Japan and how a lot of these Japanese citizens talk about how Japan doesn't value their lives, and how there's no ejection seats in their planes, and like they have half their population dying of starvation, and like all these things that and the kamikaze, like they sent Koichi on a kamikaze mission when the outcome of the war was already decided.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make a difference whether he does or not, and they still sent him to do it, because that was just showing like how much they cared about their citizens. And the whole movie is foreshadowing Koichi giving his life to repay for his mistakes.
Yeah.
It over and over again, it's referenced and foreshadowed that he's going to do that, and he's going to because Godzilla kills his wife-ish person. Noriko is her name. I'm just gonna say his wife because that's easier. It's not fine. His wife. And then whenever that happens, like this flip switches on in him, and he just like all he cares about is destroying Godzilla. And spoilers. Hopefully everyone's seen Godzilla Minus One because it's awesome. But at the end of the movie, I'm skipping over a lot of stuff that's really fucking awesome.
Even the idea that they come up with to try and stop Godzilla, like it's no idea if it'll work. But like
they keep saying that too. Is like people keep asking, so this is gonna work, and he's like, no. Yeah. But like we have to try something.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all have any ideas? Like. Yeah. Trying something's better than not.
We've never seen this thing before. Like any living thing that we know of is gonna die from this. So I'm hoping it works to this giant monster. Yeah. But like the idea of what they came up with, I think, is so smart. I think in the old Godzilla ones, they always seems like they come up with some kind of like secret military weapon that they like build and try out. But like
something like fiction, something made up.
Yeah.
But they're using like real things in this movie, like real science.
Yeah.
Because these are scientists that are trying to figure this out. But eventually at the end of the movie, he decides that he's gonna like kamikaze into Godzilla with explosives on his jet, and then his not friend, they're not really friends, but the guy from the island in the beginning with the limp like fixes his plane and installs an ejection seat for him. So he's able to kill Godzilla and also eject and survive, which I feel like is really beautiful to me, because the whole movie was setting up him giving his life, and I feel like it's the film saying that you don't have to give your life to be a hero. And and then also it being the guy from the island who like hates him because of what happened, and then he fixes the ejector seat and was like, the movie has so much heart, and it's you almost start crying about forgiveness, and like it's about I went on a tangent on my Letterboxd review. You guys should check it out, but it's like the whole movie just gives me this like feeling of like the human spirit and love and compassion and all these things just culminating. And like, these are not words I say for blockbusters ever. Like,
dude, this is also like you're saying this is about the human spirit, love, and forgiveness, in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
where he's killing people and destroying cities.
Yeah,
they managed to fit that in. Like, I leave Godzilla feeling good.
Yeah, I also feel like him surviving and using the ejector seat was also a commentary on suicide, where Koichi felt like his only out and his only way to find peace was doing this thing. And because at the time he thought that Noriko was dead, and he said that like he was determined like this is the only way out, and he survives, and then after he survives, he finds out that Noriko's still alive.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's sort of it's not as bad as you think, and like death isn't the answer kind of message.
Yeah,
and I just think that every single thing in that movie works for me. I could watch it again right now. And on top of all these like great emotional and like story-based things and commentary-based things, I think it just works so incredibly well as a action movie. And the parts that want to be scary are really scary. The scene where they're first out on this little wood fishing boat and then Godzilla shows up and like starts chasing them, and they're like dropping these bombs and like
trying to do anything
they can to survive, because they're at such a distance. Like this thing it can squeeze them like a pea. Like it is so much bigger than them, and that scene is so fucking intense. And then they get saved at the last second by the other ship, like this warship coming to save them. And then Godzilla goes over to that warship that's 200 times their ship size and just eats it. Yeah. Just like destroys it on like, and it's like, yeah, so if it just did that to the warship, like imagine what it would have done to this little fishing boat.
Yeah, dude, you're going to be like Pinocchio in the whale's gut, dude.
Yeah.
Just swallow you whole.
Yeah. But Godzilla showing up in, I forget the city. The city that Noriko works in, but she's on the train and Godzilla shows up, and just the visual effects of him tearing everything down, the POV shots, the atomic breath is fucking cool. The way that the sound cuts out,
that's
and
what
it's
I was
sort of like
say,
a real life explosion. How like when an explosion happens far away, it's silent at first, and then the sound comes.
And it's not like this like laser beam either.
Yeah.
Like it's like shooting out so fast.
Yeah.
It blasts through everything and then like
hits.
The
energy like ripples everywhere.
Yeah, and then it hits and then like a fucking mushroom cloud appears.
Yeah.
Like an actual nuke went off.
Yeah. Also his back spikes like turning blue and shifting out of his body. The coolest shit.
Yeah.
The score is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And
dude.
I got chills and cried multiple times during this movie.
Yeah. I get hard every time I see Godzilla start to light up.
Yeah.
Because it goes like from the tail up to his head.
Yeah.
I'm hard as a rock. Even the American ones, like when the movies aren't even that good. Like if I see him charging up, I'm like, dude, fucking give it to him.
Yeah.
I'm about to come.
Yeah. I think it's just, and like Noriko on the train and Godzilla coming and picking up her train and her hanging out, like, God, it's just so fucking good. His Koichi's dynamic with his work coworkers on like the fishing crew, and how they have that young guy that's like never been in a war before and really wants to, and they don't, at the end of the movie they're about to go on this mission to like take down Godzilla, and they're like, we're not letting you go. At the beginning of the movie they were making fun of him for not having been to war, and then at the end of the movie they're not letting him go, and they're say like, that war, not being in a war, not having fought in a war is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And that almost made me cry right there. Like just, oh God, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah. Well, you have all these like ideas almost projected on you of like what you think is required of you, like especially like in that area of like, you know, I have to do my duty, I have to do this, I have to do that. When like you don't, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Like you're okay. Especially a young man like trying to prove himself. Yeah. You know, and as you know, a man in that environment, like he's gonna want that. And then like the guys that have been through it are like, dude, this shit sucks. Like, don't worry about it.
Also, when Koichi comes home from the war and like his village is destroyed and he's looking for his parents and he finds out his parents are dead, and his neighbor finds him, and she like hates him now because she found out he was a kamikaze pilot and he's still alive, so he fucked up and didn't do his job. So she calls him a coward and says like people like him are why his parents are dead and why her kids are dead, and just says awful things to him, and hates him for like a good portion of the beginning of the movie. And then he starts this relationship with this woman and like this little girl, and
She starts like babysitting.
she starts babysitting the girl, and like their relationship starts getting better and they become really close.
Yeah.
To where like later in the movie when Noriko dies, like they're like she's there for him, and that's just another element of the story that goes back to this just like love and compassion and forgiveness type thing that is just some of the most beautiful like filmmaking I've ever seen, and it's for a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it's crazy that you like we're gonna do a Godzilla movie where he's actually just evil, wreaking havoc, but we're gonna do forgiveness and love message. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, every single thing in that movie works for me. I have zero flaws. I think it's perfectly paced. I think the visuals are perfect. The score's perfect. The acting's great. The story's great. I mean, like, the only movies I have over it for last year now are Oppenheimer, The Holdovers, John Wick 4, and Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And those four are just like, I want to put it higher, but I just can't. I've seen Guardians like
really
4
stacked
times.
year, dude. Guardians is like, well, obviously, like Oppenheimer is amazing. John Wick 4, one of the best action movies like I've ever seen.
Well, that top 4 I just listed are 4 of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
It just happens to be one of those years where like so much of my shit came out.
Yeah.
Because like if Godzilla Minus One came out this year, it'd be by far number 2 behind Dune 2.
Oh yeah.
But last year was just so stacked. But yeah, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
I need to find a steelbook somewhere.
I was just about to say, like, it's like with how much I liked it the first go around, I was like shit, I don't have a copy of it.
Yeah, they just released a steelbook recently. I need to get my hands on it.
Does it look awesome?
Looks pretty cool.
Shit, talk about your next one. I'm gonna Google it now.
My next one is Conclave.
Ooh.
A film that a lot of people have been hyping up recently, and I didn't know anything about it. I just knew it was Ray Fiennes, and he was a priest. That's all I knew. And people said it was good, so I went and checked it out. And I wasn't really a fan of it. It's about a conclave, which is the process of electing a new pope when the old pope dies. And I'm
sorry, this shit's so cool. It's the coolest looking thing I've ever seen.
So Ray Fiennes is like tasked with overseeing this conclave, and a bunch of conspiracies come out, and it's like political warfare, sort of like a much more peaceful Game of Thrones type style, where all these people are competing against each other because they all want to be the next pope. So someone talks shit about this guy and says, "Oh, I heard he did this," and it's all that shit starts going on, and then there's a crazy twist at the end, which I told Carl about before we recorded, because I don't want to get into spoilers for such a new movie. But
yeah.
I just wasn't really a fan. I thought the performances were great. The visuals are pretty cool. I like the score. Let me see if the score's on Spotify. I'll play a little clip, because that was actually one of the standouts for me, was the score. It reminded me of Oppenheimer a little bit. Let me see if this is it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Here it is. I thought that was pretty awesome. Every time that happened, I was like, hell yeah, we're back. And then it would stop, and I was like, oh, damn.
No, that sounded cool.
Yeah, it reminded me of Oppenheimer a little bit.
No, when the trailers dropped, I know you didn't see the trailer, but I watched it, like, not really thinking. I think it was just in theaters. Obviously, it was a stacked cast. I think it was Rafe, Tucci was in it.
Stan Tucci.
Stan Tucci. And Lithgow. Mm-hmm. But
the bald trinity.
The three heads.
Dude, everyone in that movie's bald.
Yeah, that's their big thing, dude.
That's one thing I did like about it.
Yeah.
Just ton of bald. I mean,
bald.
I don't know if Lithgow was wearing a wig or if he got a hair transplant, because he has hair in the movie. And in real life,
not there.
No, he hasn't had hair since 1982.
That sucks, dude. Keep them all bald.
Yeah, I know. Fully commit to
that's
this.
why you didn't like the movie.
This is serious. Like, they're out here fucking around, giving him hair. Like, I would have given it an extra star.
Yeah, it would have been a 4-star.
Yeah, it's like when you see the poster for the Killers game and they gave Batista hair.
Yeah.
No.
Get it.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
What are you're ruining it?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Obviously, this is a movie now.
Yeah.
You're taking me out of it.
Yeah. That was Batista. Now it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cast is really good. The performances are good. I heard someone say that Ralph Fiennes is like a lock for Best Actor as of now. I'm not buying it. I mean, could he get a nomination? Sure. Would it be the type of movie that the Oscars love to fondle the nuts of? Yes.
Yeah.
They always have to be, I don't want to say pretentious, but they always like nominating a lot of those like artsy movies over the obvious stuff.
Yeah.
I think, to me, by far this year, Best Picture's Dune, and Timmy should be Best Actor.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As so far with what's come out this year, that is not even a discussion. But all my friends who are like in close taps with the Oscars and like what gets nominated and what doesn't, they're saying that's like not going to happen at all. And like Timmy's not even in the conversation for Best Actor, and I just think that's nuts.
That is crazy. I don't know. When I watched the trailer for Conclave, I was all like, it seemed like it was a lot of politics about the Catholic Church, and like I told you, I watched a video a long time ago. For some reason, we learned about it in school, I think, of like the different tiers of the Catholic Church and like what it takes to become a pope. And so I was already kind of familiar with like the inner workings and like the hierarchy of the positions, but like it didn't seem super interesting to me. The trailer kind of painted it to be this like almost like he's finding conspiracies and like cover-ups in the church. So I didn't know if it was going to be like this
propaganda,
anti-church type thing or what it was going to be. But I just remember thinking it wasn't super interesting to me. Mm-hmm. And like if I heard it was good, or if you told me it was good, I would have watched it. But when you came back and you were like, I was like, all right.
Yeah, I gave it a 2. I wasn't big on it. It makes me feel kind of stupid.
No, dude.
Because
we like cool stuff.
Because I'm the only person on my Letterboxd who gave it a negative score. And just saying a movie's boring, like it's a valid reason. Like if it's true and you thought it was boring, then that's how you felt about the movie. But it always just makes me feel dumb when that's my reason.
No, dude, I think that's what's important to me. Like there shouldn't be, I love movies, and when I'm watching a movie, I shouldn't be thinking about other things that I could be doing.
Yeah.
Like that's a bad sign.
Do you ever think about like you're 20 minutes into a movie and you're like, I wish I was 20 minutes into Oppenheimer right now?
Honestly, I don't think about that. When I'm watching something boring, I'm just like, thinking about like when is this going to be over? Like,
Yeah.
can I just go do something else?
Yeah.
It almost turns me off of like watching something else. I'm like, I'll just go do chores. I'd rather just do manual labor for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's the type of movie I want to like, but I just think it's like not completely that interesting. In theory, it should be, but at least the way it's like the story they told specifically, it didn't really captivate me. I actually checked my phone a couple times,
Yeah.
which is a no-no, but no one was in my row. I wasn't distracting anyone, but
I mean, that was my biggest problem with Megalopolis.
yeah.
Is that it was boring as shit, dude.
Yeah. That's the worst crime you can commit is being boring.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people hate on BVS. I would be surprised if someone said it's boring to watch. There might be things that annoy you. Boring, even if it's a so bad it's good type of way, like it's not boring.
No.
Like there's entertaining things happening for one reason or another on the
You're
screen.
looking at a BVS hater. I would never say it's boring.
Yeah.
I don't really like any of the Zack Snyder DC movies. None of them are boring.
Yeah. You
And,
don't like
well-
you don't like the Snyder Cut?
I'm not as big on it as other people are.
But you wouldn't give it a negative rating.
No.
you
I
like
wouldn't give any of his movies a negative rating.
You wouldn't give Man of Steel a negative rating?
I don't think so.
You hate it.
I don't like it as a Superman movie. But as a movie,
You've
like
always hated Man of Steel.
no, I don't have it at a negative score. I
That's
don't like it.
crazy.
Like, it's not the best Superman movie. It's a lot behind the Christopher Reeve Superman movie. I think I got it like a 2.5. It's an average movie.
That's crazy.
What?
I did not know you had Man of Steel that high.
Maybe I should walk it back.
You shit on that movie like all the time.
I don't shit on it all the time, dude. I shit on BVS more than I do Man of Steel.
No.
Yeah, maybe it's because
Well, I bring up EVS.
yeah,
more.
maybe that's what it is.
I have it at a 5-star.
But I don't like go around being like this is a fucking piece of shit. I feel like we don't even really talk about Man of Steel that much.
We don't, yeah. But anyways, yeah, Conclave, not very good to me. Sue me. After that, I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Ooh, we started that, I think.
Yeah.
And didn't finish it.
Yeah. So this was my first full watch. Perfect circumstances to watch this in. It was a Sunday morning. It was crispy outside,
Heck yeah.
cold. And I curled up in my bed under my comforter and got warm and watched this film. And it's quite immaculate.
Really?
Quite immaculate film. I gave it a 4.5.
Good grief.
One of the most creative movies I've seen, easily. Jim Carrey's best performance. Maybe.
Except for the number 21.
No. Probably behind the Grinch. I'd put the Grinch over it. I think he's fucking insane in the Grinch. In a
Yeah,
good
that
way.
he like realistically he is being nuts in the Grinch. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's an incredible performance, but makeup has a lot to do with that too. So like,
yeah, but
it's harder to give an amazing performance without makeup.
Yeah, but he's embodying so much. Like he's still doing the facial expressions. He's still doing the voice, the mannerisms.
He is, but it's an added it's an added cushion of things that transform. Like, I wonder if Brendan Fraser wins an Oscar for The Whale if he's not in a fat suit. The answer is no. He doesn't. He doesn't win it.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have won it. It should have been Austin Butler. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
But same thing with like Heath Ledger's Joker. Like obviously the performance is great because it's a great performance, but the makeup helps you not see Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Same way that the
I see what
Grinch
you mean.
makeup helps you not see Jim Carrey. But anyways, just two incredible performances. The direction is so good.
It's
there's
Carrie and Winslet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood.
What?
And Mark Ruffalo. And Kirsten Dunst,
Holy
and
shit.
Tom Sizemore.
Oh my god, dude.
And Tom Sizemore is... You're Bruce Wayne, the Prince of Gotham. You have to go 1,000 miles to meet someone who doesn't know your name. So don't come down here with your anger. That's my Tom Sizemore.
With your anger. I like that. That was a good one.
And
Oh my god.
the mom from The Penguin.
Holy shit, dude.
She's in it.
I don't know her name, but she's crushing it in The Penguin.
Let me see her name. Got to put some respect on her name.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen her in anything except for The Penguin.
Deidre O'Connell.
But yeah, she's... Wait a second. No, she was in Wonka, wasn't she?
No. Are you talking about Olivia Colman?
Fuck, I am talking
Man,
about
you're
Olivia
a dumbass.
Colman.
That's
I am
bad.
talking about Olivia Colman.
That's real bad. Tom Wilkinson. I fucked up his name. He knew I was talking about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so creative, so well written. Obviously, like, I'm sure you know the concept of the movie.
Yeah.
But I thought it would hit a little harder for me.
It seems like it would be a very emotionally charged
It
movie.
seems like it is for a lot of people. It's something that's like can really like tear some people up. But I guess for me on first watch, it didn't really do it too much. But it's just such an incredible concept, and I keep saying the word creative, but like that's all I could think about while I was watching the movie. It's like this sort of science fiction-y type concept, but the way they do it, it's like you could make it a low-budget movie.
Yeah.
Like there's not these big CGI elements or anything. It's like it's a science fiction concept, but they do this thing to Jim Carrey, like they do this procedure, and they just put like a tin bowl on his head.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're doing something, but like all they had to do to film that was go get a tin bowl.
Yeah. It's almost like like Get Out a little bit, like the idea of
like
taking
that.
someone's brain out and putting another person's brain
The
out.
concept is so high and like science fiction-y, but to film it, it doesn't take
You
much.
just have one guy act like a different guy.
You just have a big chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy a lab suit
Yeah.
and put a moose on the wall.
That's it.
But yeah, without getting into spoilers, I mean, it's a super popular movie, so I probably could get away with it, but I just thought it was really, really cool, really interesting, great performances, great dialogue, and I found out something interesting, like, after I watched it on a Reddit post about Kate Winslet's hair, and I find it... Well, I guess I could talk about this without it being spoilers. It's just the movie's told out of order, and you can track on a rewatch. You can track what scene, like what point in the timeline it is from her hair,
Like
because
the
she
color of
dyes
her
it a
hair?
lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like if it's green, it's this time period. If it's blue, it's this time period. If it's orange, it's this time period.
I think I did hear that.
Yeah.
About the movie at one point.
Yeah. So like knowing that, I could like rewatch it with the key and like see exactly what's happening.
You
but
got the cheat sheet.
yeah, but it's I understand why people love it so much. It sticks out as like one of the most original romance movies.
Yeah, I had to go back and make sure I had it on the watch list.
Yeah, you
Might
should
have
check
to
it out. It's on
fast
Netflix
track
right
that
now. That's one of the big reasons I watched it, was because it's something that's very evasive, because it's not on streaming services often. So
Yeah.
now that it hit Netflix, I wanted to knock it out. And then my last watch was John Wick in theaters.
Hell yeah, the original.
Invited my good pal to see it with me. Didn't go.
Dude, I'm telling you,
He was not doing all those things he said he was going to do.
Dude, I had the bug.
That's bad.
I had the bug.
Missing John Wick in theaters to play Call of Duty. This is coming from someone who's been playing Call of Duty nonstop.
Dude, I had to go.
Take some advice from me. You have a problem.
I'm done with it now.
Oh, you're done.
I'm
with it now.
in recovery. No, I
Oh,
seriously.
you're in rehab?
Seriously, like, I feel like the ground's closing out from under me. I don't like having a lot of stuff to do. And
Dude, sitting down playing a game all day makes you feel icky.
it does.
I
feel gross.
I feel like
now,
a piece of shit.
And then now I have extra stuff to do. And
Even when you don't have stuff to do, it just makes you feel kind of like a loser.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't. It's good that you're doing something you enjoy. That's what life is about. But it just kind of makes me feel unproductive.
Yeah. And
I have to like take breaks. I have to play it for a couple hours and like go ride my bike or something. Like I have to get away from it.
It's crazy too, because like you said, it's the first time you've played Call of Duty in like 5 years.
Yeah.
So like you have one weekend where you dedicated time to play it, and you're like, man, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I went to see John Wick. They did a 10th anniversary re-release, and it's just so fucking good. This was my 5th time watching it, I think. I really wanted to give it a 5-star, but I haven't yet. It's still at a 4.5.
Mm-hmm. That was what I asked you.
I can't exactly say why it's not a 5. It's just, I know you're not supposed to do this, but I just look at my other 5 stars and I'm like, I don't think it's there. I don't think it's with those.
Yeah, that's the problem with like,
because I think
like
John Wick
movies...
4 is substantially better than all the other John Wicks.
Yeah.
And so there should be none of them at a 5, because John Wick 4 is at a 5.
Yeah, it's tough because like there's movies that are like low 5s or like really high 4s, like almost like a 4, 0.75. But it's hard to like place them in that box because you're like, well, these movies are all like miles better, but it could still be a 5 out of 5 in your eyes, and just like it next to those movies looks watered down.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something I have a problem with too. Is I'll be like, because I was the same way. Like when we did our John Wick rewatch of everything, I was like, John Wick 1's a 5, and then like compared to 4, I was like, I don't know about that anymore.
I think it's probably just seeing 4 and like knowing what the franchise is capable of makes it not a 5 to me. But I think it's a perfect action movie. I think there's so many, like, I wanted to bust out my phone and just like take notes because it's just such a well-crafted movie. It has these like cliches of action movies, but done in the best way. Like, I don't think cliches are something you should necessarily avoid. I think you should just make sure you do them well. Like, cliches are cliches for a reason. It's because they work.
Yeah.
Like, the revenge movie is a cliche, but that's because it's a very good method of getting the audience on a character's side and wanting and having this story and the audience wanting the main character to succeed. Like, there's so many cliches in film, and like the two people that meet and they hate each other at first and then they become friends over the course of the movie. Like, it's a cliche, but it works.
Yeah.
There's a reason why cliches are cliches, and like them killing his dog and all the stuff that like can seem a little familiar, like sort of like Taken, like, oh, you crossed the wrong guy, now he's hunting you down. Yeah, like it's just all that stuff done on an insanely high level. I love that. It's sort of different though, because a lot of times like someone's wife will get killed, or like in Death Sentence, Kevin Bacon's son gets killed, so then he goes after this gang that killed his son. But in this movie, his wife just dies of cancer, and she leaves him a dog to have something to love and like grieve with. And then they kill the dog because in their head, well, they're evil assholes, but in their head, that's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like killing his wife or something. Like, it's just a dog. But that dog, A, it's a dog, so fuck you. Don't kill dogs.
Yeah.
But B, that dog had a lot of like sentimental value to him.
Yeah. It also like it sets up the value of the dog, but it also like is a small thing to add to like deepen John Wick as a character. Like, she's saying, here's something else to love, like all he had was her. He's very closed off to everyone else. You see that in the movie where he like doesn't really talk to anybody, and when he does, he's very short and precise with what he says. So he's not open, he's not close. He doesn't have anybody that he cares about except for her. And this was the last thing, like her last gesture of kindness to him.
Yeah.
And now that's gone.
Yeah. And obviously, it goes without saying, the action's great. All the John Wick action movies, like all the action in the John Wick movies are incredible. It's my favorite action franchise. Not even close. Not even a discussion for me. But I don't want to talk about that because it's boring and everyone talks about it. But the action's great. But what stuck out to me was like these other things, like the lighting and the cinematography. I always feel like, in my head, the John Wick movies get better visually as they go on. And it's like one's pretty basic, and then 2 gets better and more creative with the lighting, and then 3 like goes nuts. I'm pretty sure 3 is the one with like the mirror room in the final act.
Yeah.
And then John Wick 4 obviously is just a visual fucking feast.
Yeah.
But
I think 1, they used a lot of like blues and greens.
It really like stuck out to me how great it is visually. It really moves around a lot lighting wise. Like it takes place in a lot of like clubs and places where there's just this great lighting. The nightclub scene where he's murdering people to like this like R&B song. And this like nightclub R&B song with this like blue and pink lighting, and it looks and sounds amazing. And I've never really seen an action scene like that, with like that kind of music playing. And then he goes to another place that has this like green lighting, and then he goes to this other place that has red lighting, and it looks really good visually. And there's so many shots I love, just the way Chad Stahelski frames the shot. And I love the world building of it.
Yeah, they do a lot of really subtle stuff, like him opening the case. The first thing you see, obviously, is the guns, but then he's got these gold coins. And then there's the home invasion sequence, which is one of my favorite sequences in the first John Wick, because like some of the framing of stuff, like they did do the back-to-back with the wall in between.
Yeah.
That shot's really cool. He uses a lot of stuff in his environment, like he's... at one point, he's grabs the kitchen knife. He's throwing people on the counter, throwing people through the glass windows, hopping across the stairwell, using the stairwell as cover, stuff like that. Like incorporating the environment. Also, like the lighting being like, you have lights from their flashlights that they're using a lot to light up the scene, which is really cool. And I don't know, I love that whole sequence.
Yeah, and I just love how the world building just drops you in, and all these things already exist. And seeing John Wick in theaters made me really want to work on a like John Wick franchise YouTube video. And I think I might do that. But one of the things that I love about John Wick is how it's not really set in reality, and it's set in this like heightened world.
Yeah.
And everything about the world is cool. And they drop you in, and all these people storm John Wick's house. They're trying to kill him, trying to take him out. He kills all of them. And then the cop shows up outside. And then this is the point in the movie where the movie is telling you this is not reality.
Yeah.
This is fake. This is an alternate world.
Yeah.
Because this cop shows up at John Wick's door and then sees behind John Wick bodies laying on the floor dead. And the cop goes, I didn't know you were working again.
Yeah.
And they just have this very casual conversation. Like, he opens the door and he's like, "Hey, John." And he goes, "Hey, Jimmy." And
You working again?
yeah. Just sorting some things out.
Noise complaint? Noise complaint. Yeah, like they throw like
and then he leaves and he's like, "Well, I'll leave you to it." And then, so that's the point in the movie where like anything after that, you can't have any complaints about stuff not being realistic. They're very clearly telling you this is not a normal world. This is a heightened world, and I feel like that's what makes it so cool, is that it doesn't try to be realistic, and every movie like adds some new dimension to it. But John Wick to me sort of has like the feeling of like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Set like an action movie that feels like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And it's because of that heightened world, these locations that he goes to, these like gun moves that these action sequences that like aren't the most realistic, but a lot of times his techniques are really realistic, and the way he reloads and the way he'll like do certain submissions and stuff, like he's very well trained, and it's a lot of realistic action, but at times it's not. And like in John Wick 4, he jumps out of a window that's like 5 stories high and like just walks away.
Yeah.
Like it that's what's awesome about it, is there's a lot of stuff in John Wick 4 that's just nuts.
I was going to say it's almost like when you look back on the 007 franchise, like kind of like that, like the invisible car and like all the crazy shit that he would do. Yeah. It feels almost like that. Like movies like that don't really get made anymore. Like with him having like a fucking laser in his watch and shit like that. Yeah. Like all the wild stuff.
Because people are so like, it seems like audiences love grounded, like reality based movies. Yeah. Which, why would you want that?
Yeah, dude. Be nuts. Be crazy.
Yeah. I think that's what these movies really get right. Paying with gold coins and the Continental Hotel and how they establish the rules, and you can't conduct business on grounds, and just they establish all this cool shit.
The sleek Kevlar lining like in the suits, so that like it explains why they all wear suits. Yeah. And like stuff like that.
Yeah. There's my only complaint is that there's a couple times where I don't like some lines that they gave John Wick, and I feel like they were better suited. The scene was better suited for John to not say anything, but they gave him like a corny line. One of them is when he's in the bank vault and he's trying to convince the guy to open up the vault so he can burn all of Vigo's money. And he's like, yeah, what's the code? And he's like, I can't. Like, Vigo will kill me. John turns around and shoots a guy in the head and then turns back to him and he goes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything. Yeah. That would be so much cooler if you just turn around and shoot the guy in the head and turn back to him and just stare at him.
Yeah.
He will get the message and it'll look a lot cooler. And he does that many times. I'm trying to think of the other times. There was 2 other times where he did that. Like, he should have said nothing, but oh yeah, it was one when he stops Vigo in the middle of the road. Like he has a big shotgun, and Vigo gets out of the car and he goes, shit.
Yeah. Cool it.
Like call the
timeout in the middle of a fight.
Yeah. And then he finds out, he gets him to tell him where his son is, and he's like, they'll know you're coming. And he goes, yeah, but it won't matter. No, don't say that. Like, I feel like what I probably would have done if I directed that scene would have him, John, like he'll say, they'll know you're coming. And I mean, this might be a little out of character. It might not work, but I probably would have just had him walk away towards the camera and like give a little smirk.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think,
but like John Wick doesn't really smirk, so it wouldn't. I don't know if that would work necessarily, but I wouldn't say yeah, but it won't matter. I definitely wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I probably would have just said nothing, or just been like, yeah, I would assume so, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think John Wick as a character works like. The way they establish him, the way they build him up, I think he works the less he talks. Almost like I can't think of anyone like in movies. Well, like Master Chief in Halo, like he doesn't really say anything except for like a handful of stuff.
Yeah.
He does
like
that,
when Vigo calls him earlier in the movie and he's trying to convince him not to go after his son, and he's like, let's not do anything rash. Let's like, we can settle this, and then he hangs up. John never says a word the whole call.
Yeah, he doesn't even say hello or who's this.
And then the mayhem guy is like, what'd he say? And he goes, enough.
Yeah.
Him saying nothing was enough. Like that's
guy.
how you write that's how you write fucking John Wick.
Yeah, dude.
He says nothing, and he said enough. Like, that's fucking awesome. There was one other time he said something fucking corny that I didn't like.
I like a couple of his lines, like when they first encounter each other at the gas station. I don't remember the son's name. Ivan? Nope. No. Anyway, I don't remember the son's name. It's Reek.
It's Reek.
Yeah.
This Reek we're talking about.
Yeah. He's talking
His name's
about
Yosef.
Yosef, but he's like saying something about the car, and he does the Russian, like, everything has a price, bitch. And then John goes, not this bitch, and then drives off. Like, I like that. That was sick.
Yeah.
Probably because he said it in Russian and he didn't give his horrible delivery.
Yeah.
But I liked that line. I can't think of...
I like the scene where he's tied up and...
I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. But... and that... Right after he says, I'm thinking I'm back... Vigo starts to walk away and like have his boys execute John, and he goes, so you can either hand over your son or you can die screaming alongside him.
Oh yeah, dude.
He says that while he's tied up and has a bag on his head. Like, he's fucked, and he's saying that like he's so sure he's gonna get out of this, like that he's threatening the guy that has him tied up. Like, that shit was hard fucking core.
Well, he's a man of focus.
Yeah.
And sheer will.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Wish it, want it, do it.
The boogeyman.
The boogeyman.
Yeah.
Saw him kill 3 men.
It has
with a pencil.
With a fucking pencil. There's so many funny moments in John Wick 2 that I feel like don't get the
him like mimicking it afterwards after like he told a ghost story. And he goes, I was like, dude, chill out, dude.
He's like, I heard you struck my son, and he goes, yep, that's right, sir. And he goes, may I ask why? And he's like, well, he stole John Wick's car, sir, and killed his dog. Oh. Hangs up, just dropping an O. Like, you thought you were about to pummel this guy's ass for beating your son.
Yeah.
Instantly, no.
I mean, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Oh shucks. I gotta go talk to. I gotta go talk to Reek.
Dude, I saw a video. This reminds me of that, completely off subject, but it was this guy yelling at another guy, and he was like, "I will have you on the ground in 20 seconds." Or like 10 seconds, and the other guy goes, "That's like a cartoon gulp."
I've seen that video,
dude. It's so funny.
Also,
I hope the camera got
impressive
that,
gulp. I mean, that was.
I was trying hard, dude.
You need to do that more.
I hope the mic picked
it up. That picked it up. I can tell you.
But he was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Do you remember in Smiling Friends when the guy's threatening Charlie and then he gulps? He's like, huh? And he's like, oh, it was just a gulp.
Dude, the cartoon gulp is so funny.
I wish I could cartoon gulp. I'd do it a lot.
Oh, dude, you just gotta just swallow.
Someone
hard.
like starts yelling at me at work.
Yeah, dude. That was a good one right there.
No, don't lie to me.
That was a good one.
You're my pal, Carl, so I trust you to be honest with me, and you're not being honest.
I liked
that
it.
Wasn't bad.
I liked it.
Yours was good. Mine wasn't.
I can't really hear.
That's
mine.
the truth of the matter here.
Well, anyway, but yeah, that's what.
Dude,
that
I'm mad
me
I can't think of the other scene where he had a stupid line.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't remember him talking all that much in the first John Wick. I do remember the like I do remember that for sure. Not liking that.
Yeah, but very small complaints for such a great movie. But those were like the little things I noticed that like I wish those were cut out, and he was just a little bit more like silent
Yeah.
the whole time. Doesn't really talk unless he needs to. But yeah, it's fucking awesome. I'm glad I saw it in theaters. Now I'm sort of in a John Wick mood and kind of want to watch the rest of them. I know. Sue me.
Which one do you have the lowest out of all of them?
3 by 4.
3? What's 3?
What do I have it at?
Yeah.
Oh. A 3.5? Let me check.
Oh, Bounty Law. That's the fucking...
Yeah, that's
series.
the show where he's Jake Cahill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of whenever you asked me about the pilot.
Oh. Yeah. And Lancer, he plays Caleb Decatu.
Decatu.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 3 out of 3.5. By the way, I have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on the TV, and it was the shot of Rick in his pool, like shooting finger guns in his floaty.
Listen to the tunes.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's crazy that like a action series like that.
The worst one's a 3.5.
Yeah. And I still like.
It's still a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just there's certain things with the story I wasn't huge on, and I think the middle act kind of drags. But
yeah, I'm also a big gun guy. Like I went on a M16 fucking conspiracy rabbit hole the other day, so I like seeing the firepower,
the weaponry.
Yeah.
The firearms.
Dessert. I can't do that guy's voice at all. His voice is so deep. Yeah.
Who?
The guy that like I think that's 3. No, it's 2. When he goes to like that
the
cave.
menu, like the menu
Yeah.
of guns.
Yeah. And he's like, "What about dessert?"
Oh yeah.
Dessert. It's that it's the guy, I don't know his name, but he's got a super deep, crazy voice. He was in Shaun of the Dead.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know his name. But one thing also with John Wick, everyone always brings up the dog death as like crazy and sad, because that's like a thing you don't do in movies, is kill dogs. But I find something in this movie a lot more disturbing, which is a Willem Dafoe death.
Yeah,
not a fan.
That doesn't get talked about enough.
Get it out.
Yeah. Get it out.
No one harms Willem.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Willem is sacred.
Yeah. So I just find it a little blasphemous that everyone always talks about the dog death. Ooh, the dog death. Ooh, it's sad. Willem Dafoe died. Yeah, that's what we should be talking about here.
The only person allowed to harm Willem is Rob Pat.
Yeah. The only person who's allowed to harm Willem is Willem.
Willem himself.
Yeah. Anyways, did you have anything on your watch list?
I didn't.
Wow, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. I started a movie, but I don't want to talk about it just yet because I have a feeling it's going to be really cool.
Okay.
But I didn't have a chance to finish it.
All right. Well, our main topic for this episode is top 10 comedies. So we're going to do that. You're going to dive straight in.
Hell yeah. This was a tough one, dude. I feel like my first couple, obviously, like Deadlock, like I have this. And then as I got down, I was like, this is like a little bit funnier than this. And then I was watching all those Bottle Rocket clips and I was like, fuck.
Oh shit, I forgot one. I filtered my Letterboxd list by comedy. Like I went to top rated movies, put genre comedy.
Yeah. And
I just realized one of them wasn't on there.
Uh-oh.
So I have to change some shit.
Man, amateur hour. I did that, but when I did my list, I wanted movies that were like very comedy focused.
Well, see, I was about to talk about that. So I have some movies that I didn't put on here. Because they're funny, but they're not like specifically a comedy.
Exactly.
So one of them was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Didn't put it on there because it's a lot of things, and I feel like just saying it's a comedy like isn't really right.
Yeah, it does it like a disservice.
Same
like,
with like stuff like Back to the Future.
Yeah, La La Land came up if you like filter my movies by comedies.
Yeah,
And it's
Parasite comes up under comedy, like, but also Little Miss Sunshine, one of my favorite movies, really funny.
Yeah,
But just I was trying to stick to like traditional comedies.
Yeah,
like it exists to be a comedy.
yeah. No, I did the same thing.
Yeah. So just a disclaimer. That's why some of those aren't on there.
Yeah.
So I have 11 now because I had to add one.
Well, you
So-
can't have 11.
That's why it's an honorable mention. Fucktard.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, you trying to come after me? Fuck you.
All right. Well, then I have an honorable mention.
What is it?
What's yours?
My honorable mention, I can't decide. I don't know if 10 or 11 should be kicked off.
Go ahead and rip both of them off because I probably got them on my list.
Okay, 10 and 11. I want to talk about one at a time. Number 11 is
Possibly 10.
Observe and Report.
Okay. So mine.
Well, hang
my
on.
number. My number 10 is Observe and Report.
Oh, okay. Observe and Report is a great film that everyone should watch. Moving on. I'm just kidding.
No, it's really
Observe
funny.
and Report's a film that not a lot of people have seen from the looks of it on my friends list. It's about you, my buddy Trey. That's it. So everyone listening, if you're a weekly scooper, if you're the homie, go watch Observe and Report. Just trust me. I would never steer you in the wrong direction. Observe and Report is a hilarious movie.
It's
It
really
is
funny.
Seth Rogen as a mall security guard, and he takes his job way too seriously, and he's also very bad at it.
Yeah.
And he's also tinge racist,
Of course.
who, sue him, he lives with his mom, and he drinks coffee. So there's so many good scenes in this movie.
Yeah. When you describe it, the problem is like,
It doesn't sound very great.
well, you think of like Paul Blart,
Yeah.
like, and it's not that like type of comedy.
The director describes it as Taxi Driver as a comedy, which I enjoy that
Yeah.
comparison. But Seth Rogen is at his best in this movie, I think. I think this is the funniest he's ever been.
Yeah.
And he's a very funny guy.
Yeah, people really like Knocked Up.
I haven't seen
But-
it.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I definitely think he's the best in this. Everything
He's-
is so like matter of fact.
He's so fucking good in this.
Yeah.
Like his physical comedy too, like his expressions and everything. There's a scene where there's a break-in at the mall. So he's on the news. This lady's interviewing him on the news. And she what does she call him?
She calls him a security guard.
Yeah, but he wants to be called a police officer or something.
He
right?
said, I'm a something officer."
I think yeah, so she's like, I'm here with the mall security guard, and he goes, I'm the head of security, and she goes, so I'm here with a mall security guard, can you tell me what happened? And he goes, so you're just gonna fuck up my title like that and keep going? All right, so I'm here with this doctor.
He's so serious about everything.
And he's like, there was this robbery at the shoe store, and this real cop, Ray Liotta's in the movie as a real cop,
Yeah.
and he shows up, and they're like investigating the crime, and they walk up to this Mexican guy, and then Seth Rogen goes, "That guy fucking did it."
like,
And he's like, "What?
the
What are you
Hispanic
talking?"
guy's saying something in Spanish, and Seth Rogen's like nodding and like looking at him, and he
Yeah.
goes, "This guy fucking did it."
Yeah, and he's like, what did he say? Do you speak Spanish? And he's like, no, just look at him. That's all the proof I need.
That guy fucking did it. It's so good, and he's dead serious the whole time.
Yeah, he has beef with Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
He keeps telling the cops that he's
like,
planning
"That's
to
why
blow up a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he's like, "Why did you tell everyone I was going to blow up the Chick-fil-A?"
Why would I blow up a Chick-fil-A? It's fucking delicious.
Fuck you, Ronnie.
Yeah, dude, it's... I don't want to spoil every funny joke in the movie, but just trust me, it is so fucking funny. I can watch it endlessly. It's so underrated. Seth Rogen at his best. Just highbrow comedy, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like if you like this movie, you're better than the average person.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel.
You're better than the average person.
Yeah. So I'll just make that my 10, so we have the same 10.
Okay.
And my number 11 is The Watch.
Ooh, my number 11 is not The Watch.
Do you have The Watch on your list?
No.
Okay. The Watch is something we've referenced a couple times here on the Scoop. I'm a big fan.
Great pick. Great pick.
Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Jonah Hill, other guy.
Yeah. I'm never going to remember his name. I think he's got a crazy name.
Start a neighborhood watch because there's aliens killing people.
Yeah.
I'm in. Super funny. Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn. Super awesome.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's like this straight shooter, hard ass, like doesn't joke around, just wants to get straight to business guy. And then Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill just fuck around the whole time.
Yeah.
And we've talked about the scene a lot, but he's trying to recruit people to join the neighborhood watch, and he goes to this football game at halftime and gives a speech, and he's like, so we got to start this neighborhood watch because, well, you can't just kill people and take their skin.
Dude, his line delivery on that is so good.
And Jonah Hill, he's like not playing typical Jonah Hill. He's playing this weirdo named Franklin.
Yeah,
and he's super funny.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn calls him Franken Beans. And it's fucking...
Come on, Franken Beans.
It's fucking awesome.
He's trying to be this like badass the whole time until he gets around Vince Vaughn, and then they just become buddies.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the Russian nesting doll scene is really funny. Guys, guys, there's another one. Yeah, it's come like.
It's come like.
Yeah, check out The Watch. Super underrated. Very funny in my opinion. Very dumb. Like expect a dumb movie. But funny. Like, I won't spoil that twist. But I was gonna throw out like
the big twist.
Yeah, the Achilles heel of the aliens.
Oh yeah.
No. But yeah, go check out The Watch. Super funny.
Heck yeah.
So we're both on number 9.
Yep.
My number 9 may seem a tad low, but it's Grown Ups.
Oh.
This was, if you don't know,
this was your lifeblood, dude.
This was my favorite film as a youngster. I didn't watch a lot of movies. Blame my parents. The movies I had seen were Grown Ups, Joe Dirt, and Cars.
Is Joe Dirt on your list?
It is not.
Dang, dude.
I don't think I'd like Joe Dirt now.
You're grown up. No, you would hate it. I think you would hate it, dude.
I got the poo on me. Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think you.
I don't
like
think I like David Spade that much. I like him enough in Grown Ups to not ruin it, but I don't think I want to watch like a David Spade led film.
I don't know. I like David Spade, but I'll let you keep going on Grown Ups.
Yeah, Grown Ups was my favorite movie as a kid. It's the movie I've seen the most in my life by far.
That's crazy.
Because there was a period for like a year when I lived with my mom where we didn't have TV, so I had a DVD player. Guess what DVD I had?
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups. So I go to bed with stuff on the TV. Everyone's different. Some people like silence and dark. I don't like silence when I go to sleep. I want something on the TV.
You gotta have background noise.
The only thing I had was Grown Ups on DVD, so I listened to it every night when I went to bed. So God knows how many times I've actually watched this movie, but I still think it's funny, and it's more just kind of like nostalgia for me. I think if I watched it for the first time now, I probably wouldn't be a fan. But it's a part of my childhood, and I still enjoy watching it. And I do think it's good. I don't think it's just nostalgia. I do think it's a good comedy.
Yeah.
2 is a different story, but 1 I think is good.
I've got a couple movies like that on my list that like nostalgia definitely plays a key factor, but I still think are great comedies.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Black Dynamite.
I almost put Black Dynamite on mine.
Dude.
I had to inch it off.
I was like, I like was throwing around the idea of like The Big Lebowski or like Office Space, and I was like, which one do I think is like predominantly a comedy? Which one's making me laugh more? And it's definitely Black Dynamite, dude.
Yeah,
it is. I like from the start of the movie, I'm laughing.
It's so perfectly like zoned in to be one thing.
Yeah,
like it knows exactly what it's trying to be, and the comedy works so well.
yeah.
We talked about it when we first watched it. God, dude, it is so Michael J. White is so funny.
He is. I mean, there's a character in it named Cream Corn.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, yeah. I don't know how else I need to sell it to you. There's a guy named Cream
Corn run things around here.
Quiet, you're gonna wake up all the other bitches.
I threw that shit before I came in the room.
Dude, yeah. It's so good. They're fucking
Black Dynamite. I sell drugs to the community.
Dude, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like a parody 70s Shaft movie, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the blaxploitation era. It's a play on that, and it's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't remember the girl's name, but she says something. And he was like, "I fucking know that's you by your voice." Like goes off on this one chick.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Check out Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
It almost made my list too, but I've only seen it once, so maybe that holds it back just a tad for me. But yeah.
My honorable mention was gonna be Office Space, but I also feel like Office Space is like more than a comedy.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. With like the, being true to who you are and like all that stuff.
Well,
like,
comedies can still have like commentary in them.
Yeah, but I feel like kind of the second half of like the heist of Office Space leans more into it than like compared to the first half. The first half I think was like a lot more comedy. Maybe I need to rewatch it.
I disagree. I think it's very easily a comedy.
Well, it's my honorable mention. I think it got just inched out because the other movies are making me laugh more on my list, like Black Dynamite and Observe and Report.
All right. My number 8 is Office Space.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck you. It's definitely a comedy. It's directed by Mike Judge, who did King of the Hill and some other things.
Love King of the Hill.
And
Level Judge.
Just perfect, like way ahead of its time, and has comedy that still is funny today.
Yeah.
And I don't like Milton. Milton's like the poster boy for the movie. He's on like all the posters. He's not funny.
Yeah.
So if you turn on Office Space and you're like, okay, people said this is funny, ignore Milton. He's not funny. That's not why the movie's funny. It's funny because of Peter, the main character. And the concept is this guy hates his job. He works a tech job and he hates it. And he goes to get hypnotized to like enjoy his life more and be more carefree and, be more relaxed. And then after the hypnotism, the hypnotist has a stroke and dies.
Yeah.
So he can't be unhypnotized. He's stuck like that. And he just starts not giving a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
And like he like stops showing up to work. And one day he shows up to work when they're doing like a review, and these two Bobs are in the office to like ask people. They're basically asking people what they do and trying to figure out who they can lay off.
Yeah.
And who they can promote. And he walks in there hypnotized, and he's like, oh yeah, so I come in about 15 minutes late. I walk in the side door so the boss doesn't see me. I sit there for about an hour and I zone out. And they go, zone out, what do you mean? He's like, just like sit there and look at my computer and like kind of looks like I'm doing something, but I'm not. And then I probably do that for another hour. Then I go get lunch, and then I come back, zone out a little more. So I'd say on a given day, I do about 15 minutes of real work. And the two Bobs, they go, God, I think this guy's got upper management written all over him. He's a straight shooter.
Holy cow. No one's ever been so serious with us before, dude. Yeah. The parody on everything. I mean, it is definitely a comedy, but I just feel like the other movies I had were more. They had more jokes, maybe. But yeah, Milton definitely is the only part of the movie that like is advertised and like not funny.
Yeah.
Maybe he was at the time. Maybe it's dated, but I don't like Milton. I love everything about everything else. And his neighbor, it's Peter and his neighbor are the funniest two people.
Lawrence
in the movie.
is so fucking funny, dude. He starts talking to Lawrence because he's like, he doesn't like his job. He's thinking about doing something else. And he's like, I wish I could just have $1 million and just sit at home and do nothing all day. That's what I love most, is just doing nothing. And he's like, what would you do if you had $1 million, Lawrence? And he goes, you want to know what I'd do, man? 2 chicks at the same time, man.
2 chicks. He like leans forward and gets all serious.
Yeah.
Says that and then leans back like, I just really fucking did something.
Later in the movie, he has his friends, Peter has his friends over, and they're like going over this secret like heist they're about to do. And Peter's like, listen, guys, it's really important. You don't tell anybody about this. Like your girlfriend, your wife, nobody. Like nobody can know about this. He's like, all right. And then you hear Lawrence through the wall, and he goes, it's okay, Peter. I won't tell anybody either.
It's so good, dude.
What does he say when Peter's about to? I think that's kind of a spoiler. I won't get into that, but yeah, go check out Office Space.
Yeah, Office Space
I watched
really
it again earlier this year, and it holds up really well.
Yeah,
it's got good commentary, but also just super funny.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Love me some Office Space, dude.
Yeah. Not enough to put it on your list because it's not a comedy.
Honorable mention. Didn't say it wasn't a comedy. Gotta start fucking listening. My next one is Bottle Rocket.
Pretty low.
It is. It is pretty low. But I do think the other movies on my list I laugh more at than Bottle Rocket. But Bottle Rocket is hysterical. And it's stuff that, like, I feel like saying it doesn't do it any justice unless you've seen the movie. But there's a lot of visual humor in Bottle Rocket with, like, the library sequence that I told you about before we came in.
Yeah.
The hand on the cart.
The hand on the cart is super funny. Yeah.
It's like, if I tell people about that on, like, the podcast, they're going to be like, what the hell? Why is that so funny? But even then, there's, like, quick little humor between the 3 main characters, which is Dignan. Was it Joe?
It's not Joe.
No.
Anthony
and
Bob,
yeah. Everyone, come quick, Bob stole his car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny.
Jumping ahead a little bit, Carl kind of fucked me here. Bottle Rocket's my number 5.
Hell yeah.
So I don't like you talking about a movie, me not saying anything, waiting for it to come up on my list. So I'm just going to talk about it now. It's my number 5. It's my favorite Wes Anderson movie. And I find this movie, I recommend this movie to so many people. I think it's so fucking funny. I think it also has a lot of heart.
Yeah,
and, like,
it does.
Good characters. But I think the main thing is it's super funny. So many quotes that I think about all the time. Like you just said, Bob's like trying to leave. Like Bob's kind of been drug into this thing, and they're using his car because he's the only person who has a car. Yeah. And his brother has like this medical emergency, and he tries to tell Dignan about it, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, like we're on the run. Like you're not. That's not an option anymore." So then he wakes up.
I think he says, we're on the run from Johnny Law. And he says, this isn't just a drive to Oakland. This is or someplace. Yeah. And he's like, we're out here. Yeah. We're outlaws.
He wakes up and he goes, Anthony, get out here. Bob stole his car.
And fucking run from Johnny Law.
Fucking
no one's looking for them, dude.
Yeah, he goes and Anthony talks to his little sister, and Anthony's like, yeah, like I don't know, I don't think I should do it. Like she says that like I shouldn't be like hanging around you and you're a bad influence, and he's like, what has she ever done with her life that's so great, man? she's like 6. That was in elementary school.
Dude, that was one of the quotes that came up. Was, what has she ever done with her life that's so great?
They go to Bob's house to play in the heist, and Bob's sitting in the living room by himself. They go into the kitchen to talk, like just Dignan and Anthony.
Yeah.
And in the middle of a conversation, Dignan goes, "How an asshole like Bob gets such a nice kitchen."
Yeah, dude. The quote that I did for the trivia was like, Dignan's trying to lay out this plan for a heist, but they just bought a gun. So Anthony and Bob keep picking up the gun and looking at it while he's trying to lay out the heist.
Yeah.
And he's like, Bob's like, well, I bought the gun. He goes, say that again. Say what you just said again. He goes, I mean, I bought the gun. And he goes, he's out. You're out too. And I don't think I'm in either. No gang. And
No gang.
He picks up his blueprints and gets up and walks out. They do a heist and he tells everyone to put tape on their nose. And he's like, why do we have tape on our nose? And he goes, exactly.
He robs the library and he goes finds this tall guy. He goes, dog stretch.
A fucking dude.
You
robbing
like a little banana, man.
Robbing a library is crazy.
Yeah. Later in the movie, Dignan and Anthony get in a fight, and he's like, "And you gave all of our money to some maid?" And he's like, "She's not a maid, man. Her name's Inez." And he goes, "And my name's Dignan, man. So what?"
Dude, it's so good. There's Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson are so funny, and like just their little like mannerisms. Like he sees Owen Wilson again later on in the movie, and he keeps wearing these jumpsuits, and someone makes fun of him for wearing a jumpsuit. And,
this yellow jumpsuit.
yeah, and so Owen Wilson feels bad about it, and Luke goes, "Nah, man, don't worry about him. He's like, did you see what he was wearing?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's pretty cool." It is. No, dude, he was like, "Let me get one of those." And he's like, "You really like these?" It's so good, dude. I love Bottle Rocket.
Yeah. Number 5 piece for me.
Yeah, I expected it to be higher up on your list.
Yeah. My number 7 is the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Ooh, great pick.
5-star film for me. Endlessly rewatchable. It's about a mentally challenged boy that goes on the run from his home.
On the lam.
Yeah.
I mean, classic
Yeah.
situation.
Classic fugitive. He's on the run. He meets Shia LaBeouf, who's also on the run, and they form a bond. They spend some time together, form a friendship, and Shia LaBeouf agrees to take him to go with him to this wrestling school that he wants to go to, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
Super awesome movie. Out of the movies on this list, one of the ones with like the most emotion and heart, because it's like this one was close for not being a straight up comedy for me. Like it sort of fits in the Little Miss Sunshine tier, where I probably shouldn't have it on here.
I didn't put it on there because I categorized it as that. Like
Yeah.
more of just like
I get that, but I put it on here anyways just because I think it's super funny, and everyone should check it out. I was gonna quote it, but I don't want to do my mentally challenged voice.
God. Well, everyone knows that you have one now, so it's
Yeah.
just as bad.
Yeah, but that's like I don't know. I feel bad.
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not just some fucking monkey that you can wind up and do it and get a mentally challenged voice out of.
No, I agree with you. Peanut Butter Falcon is hilarious. It's watching that in theaters with just me and you, like no one else there. Was
Dude, we didn't watch a trailer. We didn't know what it was about. I think we saw Chris Stuckman do a review on it, and he said it was good, and we were like, all right.
Yeah.
We just went and saw it.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic experience. I agree with you. I think it's got a lot of heart, a lot of love. I think Bottle Rocket has that too, though. Mm-hmm. Like I think I would put those two, Bottle Rocket, Peanut Butter Falcon, and Office Space as like the kind of almost higher end comedies where there is this overall like positive message that you leave there feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my next one is another one you're going to be upset at the placement of, but it's Game Night.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah. Game Night is incredible. Obviously, we've talked about it a lot on the podcast. It's hilarious. I probably should have it higher.
Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, I was going through my comedies, and I think that
you're dumb. I think that's.
Well,
I think this can be chalked up to something pretty simple. You're a buffoon.
No, I think I could possibly be looking at some of these other movies that I watched when I was younger with like rose-colored glasses. Maybe my comedy has like what I think is really funny has changed over the years, because there are some movies higher up above it that I haven't seen in a long time, and I was going off of like a memory of how funny I remember them being. So
I tell you, you better not have some fuck shit on there ahead of Game Night.
it's stuff that you think is fuck shit, 100%.
You're gonna be speaking to my lawyer. That's
No, like if I think realistically it is probably above.
Then maybe you should put it above. Ever think of that?
I don't know. These other ones I think are really good.
You're being a little Game Night phobic right now, and I don't appreciate it.
It's maybe above 2 of the other movies, and that still puts it like at number 5 at the highest.
Yeah, which is still way too low.
Yeah. So I think
first you come on the scoop without a watch list, make me do all of it. Then you
just
come
like
on
you
here
did last week.
Then you come on here and you're Game Night phobic.
I'll tell you what, I'll switch it around and we'll pretend that I skipped one, and my number 6 will be Game Night instead of 7. I'll give you
better.
1.
That's not much better. So what's your number 7?
My number 7 will be Anchorman. I love Anchorman. Anchorman 2, I think, is also just as funny. I was watching clips from Anchorman earlier, and like some of the stuff he says is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. I love it. I know a lot of people think it's like the stupid humor, and it is, but I think it works for what they're doing. Like at one point he says, "I'm not trying to be funny, but are you sure that he's not a mentally challenged midget?" And like it's just a normal guy saying stuff, and then someone says something about Julius Caesar, and he's like, "Who the hell is that? You know I don't follow the NBA." And like, dude, it's so good. It's so good, and they're all trying to impress the girl at I don't remember her name. Veronica. They're all trying to impress her, and then he gets a boner in the middle of talking to her. And he's like, "It's just the design of the pants. I don't have a enormous erection right now."
Yeah, Anchorman is in that like 2000s dumb comedy zone, but I watched it for the first time this year, and it is funny.
Yeah, I love Anchorman, dude.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
So I'll do Anchorman and then Game Night.
Still bad, but all right.
It is what it is.
My number 6 is 50-50.
Oh, see, that's another one like Peanut Butter Falcon I didn't put on there.
It is, but I think it is a comedy drama, so I'll still bank on it being a comedy.
No, I mean it's your list. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to think that like I didn't put it on there because I don't think it's funny. I think it is hilarious.
Yeah, 50-50, super underrated. One of my favorite movies ever, really. Like in my top 50. I think it balances...
50-50 in the top 50?
I know, it's crazy.
Come on.
I think it balances comedy and drama perfectly. it's a hard line to tread, but it's about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's been diagnosed with cancer, and he has a 50-50 chance of living, and Seth Rogen's his best friend, and it's just about him, like, dealing with going through chemo and, like, all the troubles that come with it, and, like, it's just a really sad movie, but it's also really funny. Yeah. Mainly because of Seth Rogen, but, like, that can do a lot, like having Seth Rogen in a movie, and so he's like, "You're telling me you have 50% odds?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, that's fucking great. If you were a slot machine at the casino, you'd be the best one."
yeah, dude.
Yeah, so it's really funny and just overall a great movie that I love.
Yeah, and then he like shaves his head and he's like, "Oh God, oh no, it's not good.
This is bad.
You look weird, dude." He was like, "Well, I can't do anything about it now," and he was like, I don't know.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, 50-50 is a great one. A lot of heart in that one too. A lot of emotion.
Yeah,
Great film. Get you feeling some stuff.
Yeah, superb.
Do you want to do another one since I did 2?
Have you done your 6?
My 6 is Game Night.
Oh right, you're an idiot. Okay, my number 5 is Bottle Rocket.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep, everything we said earlier. Best Wes Anderson, fucking hysterical. I don't think there's much I missed out on in terms of Bottle Rocket. James Caan, Shoulder Man, he's in it.
The best.
I mean, what a cool cat.
Yeah, James Caan, the
Thief,
fucking
Misery, and Bottle Rocket.
They call him the Scarecrow on the streets, dude.
Why?
He's got that perpendicular fucking shoulders, dude. Yeah, it looks like he's on a post.
He looks like Stop Making Sense. They based that off James Caan.
Yeah, that's his body shape, just in a suit.
Yeah, he was the stunt double for Stop Making Sense.
My number 5 is another movie that I don't think you're very fond of, but it's Step Brothers.
It's fine.
Step Brothers is one of those movies, kind of like how Grown Ups is for you. Like, Step Brothers was the funniest movie I'd ever seen in my life when it came out, except for like another movie that I have on the list that's higher up. But I love it. The super weirdness of it, the goofiness. I know it's not for everybody, like kind of like that Anchorman goofball style humor, but I really love it. Boats and Hoes, Prestige Worldwide.
Why would you need to have the TV and the stereo on at the same time? Because I like to party.
That's later.
What?
That's later. That's not from Step Brothers.
It's not from Step Brothers?
No.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
It's not
yeah.
from Step Brothers. Yeah.
Close enough.
It is close. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the what does he say to him when they're laying in bed because they're like trying not to get grounded, but they hate each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, me and my dad fucking hate you. You curly-headed fuck. Oh, yeah? Well, we only wanted to keep you and your mom around because we both decided she's really hot and we should just both bang her. And he goes, hey, you don't say that. He goes, shut up, dude. You're going to get me grounded. Dude, it's so good. The fucking bunk beds when it collapses and it completely covers them. All the fight sequences, them like him punching Dale being this like asshole guy, or no, not Dale. Dale is the brother. I don't remember what his biological brother is.
Adam Scott.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he's really funny.
It's Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
Just say Adam Scott.
Adam Scott's funny in it, and like Rob Riggle's in it too, who I think is hilarious.
Yeah,
like it's
Eric's bitch.
I'm Eric's bitch. Pow! Catalina fucking wine mixer. I love Step Brothers, so.
Hell yeah.
Number 5.
Not on my list, but respectable.
Yeah.
My number 4. This is the big 4.
Okay.
Right here. Probably the big 5, I would say, but I think Bottle Rocket. I don't know. No, big 4.
Okay.
My number 4 is The Big Lebowski.
Ooh.
This is the fucking shit right here.
Yeah.
This is one of the 2 best screenplays of any comedy film of all time. It's the Coen brothers just absolutely locked the fuck in. This is probably on most people's top comedies. It's pretty notorious. But I think everything John Goodman says in this movie is gold.
Yeah.
Every single fucking thing he says, and his dynamic with Steve Buscemi too is so funny, dude.
This is not, man. This is bowling. There are rules.
9-year-olds, dude.
9-year-olds, dude. Is this your homework, Larry?
Is this your homework, Larry? This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry. You see that, Larry?
Some 13-year-old kid. Pass me the Uzi, man. You didn't think I'd get out of here naked, did you? Oh, God.
And I sure as shit don't roll on fucking Shabbos.
She's a show dog, dude. She has paperwork. She can't be alone. Her hair will fall out.
Oh, dude. That is...
Yeah. Endlessly quotable. Just like a fun movie all
Calmer
around.
than you are.
Calmer than you are. Yeah, fun movie all around. I love the characters. Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi.
That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
Fucking Tudoro showing up for a little bit.
Lebowski. That's your name, dude.
I forgot what he says to fucking to Donnie. You're out of your element.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
Yeah. I am the walrus. Just fucking weird
The
shit
conversations does not stop and start at you're liking, you fucking weasel.
Like that. Yeah, dude. I already told him that if it's during game time.
Oh, I already told him if it's during league play, it's off.
I can't go pick up a hostage during league play.
Kidnap? What? Dude, you said it yourself. That whore kidnapped herself.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's...
Fuck this, man. Let's go bowling.
The spreading the ashes scene.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love it.
Oh, God. It's so fucking good. Oh, you mean coitus. Do you have a job, sir?
No, man. I'm like... You're Mr. Lebowski.
I'm the dude, man.
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Dude, oh, I almost forgot. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, yeah, dude. His weird, awkward laugh that he does.
I'll suck your cock for $1,000. He really must be going.
You gotta get out of here, dude. Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna go to a cash machine.
Yeah. Big Lebowski is really funny.
You didn't go to college.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's good, dude. My number 4 is I Like to Party. Talladega Nights.
Hell yeah.
Love Talladega Nights. I think it's the best of that style of comedy, the 2000s.
If you don't chew big, if you don't chew big red, then fuck you. Ding mow. Ding mow, ding mow.
I'm not quite sure what to do with my hands. Dude, it's so funny. Like,
Well, simple and plain. I'm the best there is. I mean, that's really all there is to it.
I think you're just jealous because I came up with that cool name and you didn't. All right, it is pretty cool.
You know, I was thinking, maybe just one time you could let me win. Well, right, but if I did that, then how would I win? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Don't you put that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby. Dude, the whole dynamic of like after his wife leaves him and John C. Reilly is like living in his house with his kids.
Yeah.
And he keeps calling them.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing calling me? Don't you know I hate you? He's like, oh, come on, man. I mean, if you really think about it, like, I'm over here in this big house with all this stranger stuff that might be haunted. I keep hearing noises. And you're over there living with your mom, man. That's cool. And he was like, no, it is not cool. And he's like, all right, I'll call you tomorrow. He's like, all right, talk to you later. And then they hang up. Yeah, fucking putting the cougar in the car. Making him say, I love crepes. And he's like, you might as well go ahead and break my arm, Pepe Le Pew. I'm not saying it. Why don't you just go ahead and do it? And he snaps his arm in half. My arm is wrapped up like a freaking gordita, and you're hitting me with this shit. I love Talladega Nights.
Hell yeah.
Number 4.
My number 3, the recent addition to the list, the thing I realized Letterboxd fucked me on, American Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a bit of a dispute between 2 and 3 because I like 2 more as a comedy. Actually, I don't know. I might have fucked this up.
I'm going to let you know right now. My number 2 is American Psycho.
I think I'm wrong. I think this should be 2.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's any world where I would take Game Night over American Psycho. So, yeah. My number 3 is Game Night.
Okay.
This is the motherfucking shit.
Yeah.
I've referenced it a lot here on the Scoop. I always say Game Night and The Nice Guys are my 2 favorite comedies, but that's just like straightforward comedies and not counting American Psycho.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number 3, dude, I think this movie's a masterpiece. Yeah. I think
comedy
it's
aside,
so funny, but it's also super well made. The 2 directors, they did Dungeons and Dragons as well. There's a great score. There's great, like, they're doing this play on, like, board games with these shots, like these establishing shots that make it look like a board game. And, like, there's one-take sequences with this Fabergé egg, like, chase through the house.
Yeah.
It's so well made, and it's so funny. It's so well paced. There's not a scene that goes by that's boring. Every scene, it gets funnier and funnier.
Yeah.
And there's so many jokes I think about all the time. One I quoted last week on the Scoop was, is this a motion picture? Dude, that joke, when you're watching the scene, is so funny. They're playing Pictionary, I think it is. Yeah. This is me at the Regal Cinemas watching The Green Mile and crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, comedy aside, Game Night is just like a genuinely well-made movie.
Yeah.
Like from every aspect.
Can't say I prefer that nomenclature.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons in Game Night is one of the funniest things that you'll ever see in your life.
And I hate how, like, popular the whole Frito-Lay thing has gotten, because now it's like too iconic to where it, like, I hate to even bring it up anymore, but it is the funniest shit you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I got to see this movie before that meme was big.
Yeah.
So that didn't ruin it for me.
Yeah, because it hit you like even harder when he's just like randomly like.
Yeah, when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Gary is super funny.
They still play off of that joke with like the end credits with Frito-Lay.
Yeah, him circling. Yeah, they don't offer
proof. Like he's got a printed out email.
Yeah. I think you not to besmirch my wife's good name.
I think you not to besmirch my wife's good name.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've eagerly awaited such a visit.
Fucking Ryan, dude. I love Ryan. He's the best.
Everyone, wait one goddamn second.
Yeah, he goes on this tangent about how rich people have fight clubs, and the dialogue is so good and it's so well written with all these like jokes that come back in the end.
Yeah.
And like at the beginning of the movie, there's just like this throwaway conversation about like how Ryan thinks that there's these rich people fight clubs going on, and later in the movie they get stuck in one, and
Yeah.
like just awesome shit. When Jason Bateman gets shot and goes, blood.
Dude, she starts trying to dig out the bullet.
Yeah.
They realize it went through completely. They didn't check the other side of his arm. He was sitting there suffering through that for nothing.
Yeah, and he like kind of hates his brother Brooks because he's successful and hot and all the things he's not.
Yeah.
And then his wife's trying to make him feel better, so she's like, "Oh, pretty big house. He must be compensating for something." And he goes, "Oh no, I've seen his cock. It's nice."
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great. At the beginning of the movie, they're like, his seed isn't great. They're having trouble.
Don't love your sperm.
They're having trouble conceiving, and then he's at the doctor, and she's like, "I'm not loving your semen," and he goes, "Oh."
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Just them playing games in general is really funny.
Yeah.
Like them playing charades, and like him obviously implying that it's Ed Norton and no one getting it. It's like the Incredible Hulk, and they're like Lou Ferrigno, and like they're naming every
Yeah.
Hulk except
Ed
for
fucking
him.
Norton.
Ed fucking Norton.
Yeah, dude, he gets so
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah. God, dude, it's what to even say about Dexter showing up at the end. What the hell?
Just for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had watched maybe Step Brothers more recently, then maybe it would go over Step Brothers. I don't see it going over Talladega Nights for me though.
The scene where Ryan's bribing the lady who runs the gay night operation, and
Don't have to do
he's
this.
sliding the bills across the table, sliding $1 bills across.
She's like, it doesn't matter how slow you do it. It's still
It's still
$5.
$17.
Yeah. She's like,
She was like, "You. That's all you have. You have how much? How much did you bring with you tonight? $17.
$17 to go on a date, dude. That's crazy. Oh god. Yeah.
Because the real Denzel is standing right here."
That whole joke too, like they established the fact that
her thinking she fucked
yeah,
Denzel.
she slept with someone famous, and then he's like asking her about it the whole time, and she's like,
Yeah.
"It's Denzel," and it was just some guy.
Yeah, baby, that's not Denzel.
That's just some random dude. Oh god.
You see that nose? You can land a plane on that nose. That's not Denzel.
It's not Denzel. My number 3 is Superbad. Superbad was like my number 1 comedy for ever, basically.
Not on my list.
For the longest time. I love Superbad. McLovin. Don't need to say anything
That's a
else.
dumb fucking fairy tale name,
Yeah.
you dumb fuck.
Jonah Hill, his dynamic with what's his name? Christopher Walls Plotz.
Yeah. Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Plotz. And as crazy as it sounds, Michael Cera, their whole dynamic, that character that Michael Cera plays in every fucking movie, it works in this scenario. So it's good. I love Bill Hader in the movie and Seth Rogen as the cops.
Yeah. Those are the highlights for me, is Bill Hader and Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so funny. And he's like, McLovin, why did you run away from us? What is wrong with you? They find him in bed with some chick.
Yeah.
And they're still calling him McLovin. Yeah. Oh, God, dude, it's so funny. And then, like, they're trying to be cool. And they, Michael Cera, like, they're like, you're such and such's brother. Yeah, you sing and stuff. And they make him sing a song. And he's horrible.
Yeah. That one girl starts dancing on Jonah Hill and gets period blood on his shorts.
And he's like, oh, gross, dude. He's like, what? What are you guys talking about? He's just this big idiot, dude.
Yeah.
God. Dude, he's like, I can't remember how, but he's like, 1 in every 5 kids suffer from this. but he can't stop drawing dicks. And he's got a lunchbox full of dick drawings. Dude, that
the funny
movie...
thing about my back is that it's located on my cock.
I can't believe I didn't get that, dude. That's so
She wants my penis in and around her mouth.
She wants to fuck me. She wants my cock in and around her mouth. No, it's not, because it's a dumb fucking fairy tale fucking name. And then
Dave Franco runs by on the track. He's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, Eric.
And then
Don't you have to go piss your pants? He's like, that was in 2nd grade.
dude, and then he puts on his fake ID that he's 25 instead of 21.
Where the fuck would it between that or Muhammad? Muhammad's the most common name in the world, you fucking idiot. Read a book.
Oh, fuck, dude. Superbad is so good. I fucking love that movie, dude.
It is
I
good.
want to rewatch it now.
Yeah, it is good.
It's that's another one that's like my stepbrother's. Like I've seen that movie so many times.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I've seen it like probably like a dozen times.
Yep.
So good.
My number 2 is American Psycho.
Right here.
Hell
right
yeah.
here with you.
Um,
Not
that's Bone.
yeah. I don't know if it's a comedy style that's for everybody.
But it's, guess who it's for? This
It's
guy.
the best of what it is, though. Nothing else.
There's
is
nothing like it.
Competing with American Psycho on like dark humor.
Yeah. It's a really well-made movie, too, similar to Game Night. The dark comedy just works so well. I find almost every scene in this movie hilarious.
Yeah.
Him going through his morning routine. Him, like...
I can do 1,000 now.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
You reek of shit. Why don't you get a goddamn job, Al?
Don't know if I have anything in common with you.
Don't just look at it. Eat it.
Oh my God. The tasteful thickness of it.
The subtle off-white coloring.
My God, it even has a watermark.
I can't believe he prefers Van Patten's card to mine.
What does
Your
he
compliment
say?
was sufficient, Lewis.
Dude, when he walks into Paul Allen's apartment, and he says like, I forget myself when I realize his apartment is slightly nicer than mine, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
He's like, but I pull myself together and venture into the bedroom.
As I'm walking into the restaurant, I start to feel nervous that we might not get a good table. But then we do get a good table, and a cool wave washes over me.
A cool wave.
And when Willem Dafoe comes in and like starts investigating, and Patrick's playing dumb, and he tells him right when he sits down, he's like, "Yeah, I'm investigating the disappearance of Paul Allen." He's like, "Oh yeah, right, yeah, Paul Allen, very weird, very odd."
Hang on, right before that, his secretary comes in and says, "There's a detective here to see you," and he goes, "Tell him I'm not here. Tell him I'm on lunch." And she's like, "He saw
Patrick,
you."
It's 10:30.
He goes, "Bring him in then."
We'll send him in, I guess.
Tell him I'm on lunch.
Also, when she comes in, he's got headphones on listening to Lady in Red. He's not even doing anything.
He's got his legs up on his desk with his eyes closed.
And Kimball comes in and he puts his magazines in the drawer to like hide them. Yeah, but he comes in and he tells him he's investigating the disappearance of Paul Allen, and then he keeps like bringing up random shit, and he's like, "Would you like a glass of water?" He's like, "No, I'm good." And then he calls his secretary and he's like, "Please bring me and Mr. Kimball a water. Would you like lime?" No, I'm good. I can always get you a lime.
I can always get you alive.
And then he waits a few seconds and he's like, "So what's the topic of discussion?" The disappearance of Paul Allen. Oh, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, he was a part of that whole, Yale thing.
What do you mean Yale thing?
And then he calls him gay.
Yeah. Well, I think he was probably a closet homosexual with a cocaine addiction.
That Yale thing.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so... And then he's... Kimball's like, you like Huey Lewis in the news? And he's like, no. Too black sounding.
I
was like, what, dude? That was his cover.
Yeah.
And, like, even if he said yes, like, that doesn't prove anything.
With a new sheen of consummate professionalism. But when they released 4 in 1985, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically.
Dude, he is a fucking lunatic. Him biting that
because
girl's
it's not
ankle.
just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends. It's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul!
Yeah, dude. Him biting that chick's ankle out of nowhere.
Chasing her with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Finally gets her, bites her ankle.
Yeah, just bites her.
Starts eating
legs.
her.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, man. I want to kill you and play around with your blood. I like to dissect girls.
It's cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice, cran apple. Can you talk to these people? I mean, I can't understand a word I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying. Dude, him specifying that it was cran apple, not just regular cranberry juice.
No, Lewis, it's not me. You're mistaken.
And then he goes to strangle Lewis at the urinal, and Lewis thinks he's coming on to him. And he's wearing
Washes his hands with his gloves on.
He's wearing these leather gloves, and Lewis thinks he's coming on to him, so he like kisses his hand. And then he looks
starts scrubbing
so
his gloves.
disgusted and washes his gloved hands in the sink. He's such a fucking crazy guy.
He has a breakdown at the end talking to his lawyer.
Yeah.
I've killed a lot of people.
Yeah. And then when he's running around shooting everybody, and then he runs into his building, and then the security guard sees him as he's running through like one of the turnstile doors. He runs around again and shoots the guy, and then runs back out. Dude, it's so good. I love American Psycho, dude.
Keep your eyes open.
Why isn't it possible, you dumb bastard?
Why not, you stupid bastard?
Oh my god.
We're not talking about Sri Lanka.
Cool it with the anti-Semitism.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Yeah, dude. I love American Psycho. I could go on about it forever. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that style humor. Everything works. It's fucking great.
Don't wear that outfit again. You're prettier than that. All right, we got to move on.
Prettier than that.
Did you do your number 2?
Yeah, it was American Psycho.
Okay.
And our number ones are the same.
Number 1's the same. It's The Nice Guys. Best movie ever made behind the Batman. Second best film of all time. Is there an episode that goes by where I don't fucking reference The Nice Guys?
No, dude. We're always talking about The Nice Guys.
It's the best shit of all time. Best comedy of all time. Ryan Gosling is the funniest human being to ever exist. He makes everything in this movie hysterical.
Yeah.
I have a video essay on it. If you want to go check that out. Not very good, but I do have a video essay on it. That I made like a year ago. But where do I even fucking begin with this, dude? I think almost every joke in this movie works, which is rare for a movie that makes like so many attempts. I think every joke is funny, but I also think it has a lot of heart to it too. I think the characters are great, and they sort of introduce a lot of like mystery with Holland and his daughter and like their past and everything that happened, and there's a lot of actual sad shit that gets sort of explained in this movie. With Jackson like kind of feeling useless and like feeling like he's not really doing enough to help people, and wanting to be a PI, and their relationship is just great. And I love Holland's dynamic with his daughter, and she kind of thinks he's a fuck up, and he kind of is, because ever since his wife died, he's turned into a drunk, and she has to kind of like babysit him, and she has to drive him around. Yeah. And he goes, just be honest with me, all right? Don't take it easy on me because I'm your dad. Just be honest. Am I a bad person? Yes.
Yeah. Dude,
just drive.
Just drive. Yeah, I was gonna say, I almost could see someone like putting it in the Peanut Butter Falcon 50-50 kind of like where it is comedy first compared to those. Like I think those are more drama first than they are comedy. Not necessarily Peanut Butter Falcon, but like kind of like that Little Miss Sunshine type category. Yeah. But it's not like it is more focused on the comedy than those movies. But the other aspects of it are so good and so strong that it feels like those movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because the characterization of like, and there are sweet moments. There are like really wholesome moments of like, you know, like you said, the backstory of like Holland and his wife, and like the talk that Jackson has with his daughter, and like all that stuff, and then them growing as characters, like is so high end. And like there's a point in the movie where they make a joke about how Holland can't smell. He's like, "You're a detective, you can't smell?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got hit in the head a while back. I can't smell." And he plays that so straight.
But then later in the movie, you find out that him not being able to smell led to his wife passing away from a gas leak, because she kept telling him she smelled gas and he couldn't smell it. Yeah. So he didn't believe her, and like it ended up killing her. And so it's actually this really sad thing that they were like making jokes about without him knowing.
But he frames it as, I got hit in the head and now I can't smell. I got hit in the head.
You guys want to see my dick?
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. But like, yeah,
which one of you cock and balls wants to make $20?
Dude. What the fuck is this, Chet?
You know, this fire, destroyed him and his, life's work. So, it just kind of makes you think.
Not really, Chet.
Not really, Chet.
Dude, how do you know my name was Buddy? Dude, that movie, there's a lot of like quick like stuff. Shane Black does it like a lot.
A lot of physical stuff.
The physical stuff, yeah, and that's where I think Ryan shines, because he's great at it. Yeah. And then like there's a lot of
like him breaking into the bar and like punching through the window, and his arm starts bleeding. It's a lot of blood.
Yeah, him losing his shit in the ambulance. Yeah. Him like leaning back into the elevator and closing the doors.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff is so funny. Like he's great in it.
Him hiding behind the car in the final act and it's spinning around.
Yeah. The bathroom stall, like Ryan is great with
How stupid do you think I am? Yeah. I got a license to carry, motherfucker. And this little baby's gonna stay right here.
Drops a cigarette in his pants. Turn around.
I can still see you. Close your eyes. All right, turn around. Can I open my eyes? Yes, you can open your eyes.
He's got just the newspaper covering up his dick. Oh god, it's so good. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, his delivery, his physical comedy.
My profession's very complicated. Okay, it's nuanced.
It's very fucking complicated. Rim shot. Giving you a rim.
You took the Lord's name in vain. No, I didn't, Janet. I found it very useful, actually. Okay, Janet.
Which one of your friends is that? On the glass eye? She's 12.
God, your friend's such a slut.
Yeah, your friend's such a slut. Jesus Christ.
No animals in the house, sweetheart.
Yeah, dude. I think we've talked about the Nice Guys fucking tons on the podcast, but it's so good.
My brother used to wake me up like that. You have a brother? Yeah, I have a family.
Oh, the diner guy. Tell me this is gonna be the best story ever. Tell me. He goes into this like deep personal thing, and he falls asleep. Oh my god.
Jonathan has a gay towel.
Dude. Porn bad.
What kind of porn? Like lesbian or anti-porn?
Anti-porn.
Porn is bad.
He looks over, he's like,
I'm asking Healy's permission to take a mint.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's stuff like that like you can't explain to someone. You have to see it like in the context. It's so good.
Do you want to see my dick?
I already paid you. What am I saying?
What am I saying?
The fucking Chets and that guy.
That idiot.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. It's a perfect comedy. All the jokes work for me.
There's so many like little moments that are just like you could easily brush over them, but like they just add up. When they show up to the rally and they're walking up, it's just this throwaway conversation. It has nothing to do with anything, but they're walking up to this rally and they're talking about ventriloquists. and Brian goes, "Fuck those guys." Yeah. You can always see their mouth moving. And then he goes, "Well, sometimes. No. Every time."
Yeah, Jackson is like, I don't know, some of those guys. He's like, no, never. And I was like, dude, if they do a Nice Guys 2, they need to do something where the bad guys are ventriloquists. And like make it Holland's arch enemies as ventriloquists, dude. That would be so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Sorry, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
All that stuff is great.
Yeah.
Hitler only had one ball.
It's a Munich.
Munich is a city in Germany. Dude, it's good. If you haven't seen The Nice Guys, go
the fuck
watch
are you
it.
doing?
It's such a fun time. It's you're gonna be laughing the whole time.
Yep. Second best movie of all time.
That's not a hot take for me.
Where is it in your rankings of movies?
I have no idea.
God, you're gay.
No clue. It's probably not at number 2.
Top 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah. God, that's awesome. I had to stretch.
There you go.
Been cramped up for a while. Pretty long episode.
I know, dude. We've been hitting them with the
y'all
girthy
are
ones.
getting. We need to start a damn Patreon.
Yeah, dude.
Put like the second half of the episode on. Like
Yeah.
Teja, like fucking hang a little carrot.
Yeah.
For the rabbit, and then
the
say,
second
to
half.
hear the rest, you gotta get on the Patreon.
But then the second half.
It's a cheap $49.99 a month.
Yeah, and then the second half's horrible. Yeah. All the good stuff was in the tease.
It's just us playing Black Ops. Dude, this guy's fucking wall banging.
What the fuck?
Oh, also, I forgot to mention the Penguin. Watched the new episode. It was one of my least favorite episodes, but it's still good. But now the conversations get like something big happens where people are like, "Where the fuck is Batman? Like, this is getting ridiculous."
Yeah.
Like, he's supposed to be like this big thing for Gotham where like criminals fear him and you know.
That's kind of what I haven't seen that episode yet, but that's kind of what I've worried about is as things increase in Penguin, you expect a response from Batman with how prevalent that he is. So that's kind of like a worry that I had is like if they scale it up too much, you know, you expect something to happen.
Right. And there is a chance he shows up in the finale. I hope he does. But I don't even need him to show up. I just wanted him to be referenced, like, throughout the show. Like, make his presence felt.
Yeah.
Like, just have a throwaway scene where someone's about to schedule a drug deal, and then they're like, "Oh, let's do it in the morning," like, so the bat's not out, or, you know, something
Even
like
if
that.
they, like, look up and they see the light.
And then they're like, "Yeah, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this tonight."
Cancel the deliveries.
Yeah.
And then he just hangs up.
That's such a simple thing. Like, you don't have to get Robert Pattinson. You like, I get scheduling things can be hard. You don't even have to get him in costume or anything. Just
you
like
get one of the henchmen to be like, "Boss, we got taken out." And they're like, "Who did it?" "I don't know. It was one guy."
"It's the stinking bat."
"It was the stinking bat." Yeah, you just get a little bit of that and you're good.
Yeah, I think they should reference him. I think that's a mistake if you don't. And that's not me being like a Batman fanboy. I think you set up this world where he's such a presence in Gotham to these criminals, and also just a presence to people in general, like citizens.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this, this representation of hope now, and there's an explosion. I guess that's sort of a spoiler. There's an explosion in the new episode, and Batman's not there. So,
Dang.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
So it's either like you gotta stay really small scale to stuff that you can't expect Batman to know about, or he has to show up.
Yeah.
One of the two. So hopefully they get it right. I've heard the finale's great. I'm still holding out hope Batman's going to show up. They've said over and over again he's not, but why would they say he's in it?
Yeah, that's
they
all
want it to be
hoopla.
a surprise.
Exactly.
So they're going to say that either way. So I'm still hoping.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
What the hell was that?
I got to go to work.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my penguin accent.
Crossed. I think cross is a harder one to say.
You see that, Vic?
There you go.
How's that?
That was good. I like that one.
I got to work. You gotta put some gravel in your voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Ma! Oh, that's not it.
Is it too much gravel?
Sounds like a Family Guy voice.
Oh, you're good, dude.
Like the Rob Gronkowski Family Guy voice.
You're gonna get there.
But yeah, that's it for this week. I think next episode, I want to do a Gladiator episode.
Ooh.
Where we watch it and...
Where we get naked and fight?
We don't do... Of course.
Oh, gotcha.
But that'll be before we record.
Oh, okay.
We've only done like one deep dive episode, I think. We haven't done it often. But I want to do one for Gladiator in prep of Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
Just talk about the movie. Maybe do some research. Bring some cool, fun facts to the table.
I like that. I like that.
But yeah, that's
fucking interesting, man.
That's fucking interesting, man. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to the motherfucking Film Scoop.